Hey everyone, and welcome back to Edge of Legends. For those that may not have seen on social media, we're doing things a little differently today. We are going to be doing the first of 4 special Halloween one-shots. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems, and masculines and femmes. Welcome to Edge of Legend, Nightmare of Doltonshire. But before we get into things, let's do a quick introduction, starting with our special guest for today's episode, Rhino Mega. Tell them who you are and what you're playing, what your pronouns are.
All right. Hi, my name is Rhino Mega, and I'm playing Argo, a Shuni muscle pug. My pronouns are he, him, and he is a fighter, and he's kind of like built like one of those like pugs that's built like a bulldog, and will just is very defensive and will get in people's faces if they need it. So he's not going to be used to what he's going to encounter right now. So that'll be interesting.
All right. Next up, brand new to the show and already an amazing addition. Please, Sam Sanchez, tell us who you are, what you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Sam. I'm playing Zadra Umbrin. She is a Duskwalker rogue. She's died once already. We'll see if she does it again tonight. And both our pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. And to the man with the most terrifying backdrop I think I've ever seen, Ian, tell us who you are, what you're playing, what your pronouns are, and tell us about that background.
Yeah, so my name's Ian. I go by he, him, they, them. I will be playing Zico, the Cobalt Alchemist. And they are they, them as well. And my background is a lovely house built in Astoria, Oregon. And it is 1923 was when it was built. And I am currently in the basement streaming tonight.
So if at any point in time Ian leaves the stream, he's been murdered by ghosts.
Got it.
Yeah, that is not the official story.
Why you gotta put that out there like that?
Look, it's Halloween. If I don't dance with the devil by the pale moonlight, then I'm doing the whole damn month wrong. That being said, Michael Powell, tell us who you are, what you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hey everybody, I am Michael Powell, and I'm playing Laszlo Sigrin, a half-elf summoner, and my pronouns are he and him, they, them, and Laszlo's is he, him.
All right, sounds good. My name is PJ Megaw. I will be the GM. I'll be playing, my pronouns are he. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kylie. I'm such a jackass.
Whoa!
Such a jackass.
Dude!
Whoa!
Bruh!
You sound like the worst Dracula. Anyway, before we completely lose focus, Kylie, please tell us who you are, what you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hi, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter. I am playing, let's see if I can even pronounce it at this point in time, because it's been such a long day. It's like, how would you even, Ptolema? Yeah, I think that's what I decided. It's been a long day. Ptolema Vios, who is a half-orc monk who is really far away from home and is really excited to meet new friends.
Oh, now, my name is PJ Megaw. I'm an asshole. I'm also the GM of this show.
Language.
Oh, right.
That's not here, but language.
Hey, it's after the first 5 minutes. I can swear. Anyway, so I am PJ, the GM for Edge of Legends in these series of one-shots. My pronouns are he, him, but I will be playing everything in between. And without further ado, before we go, I want to, because I don't believe I did a good enough job saying thank you last episode. Big thank you to Bev Thomas, aka Senatani. I'm going to probably butcher your Instagram name, but she did an amazing job of doing Sam's character art. Not only did she knock it out of the park, but she did it like on a 2-day turnaround. So huge kudos to her for just being such a gosh darn soldier. So huge thank you to her. And before we get too off, well, I may own the licenses, thank God. All the sound effects and music you'll be hearing tonight hashtag unpaid advertisement, because they're not paying me shit, goes to a group called artless.io. If you like the sounds you see here, please go check it out because it's really freaking cool, and I hope that I keep using their music because I like it. Without further ado, I will set the scene for everyone as we start the first episode of Nightmare of Doltonshire. The members of the Compass Rose arrive past a large wrought iron fence with a large arching sign and matching black irons. Doltonshire is written in metal bars like skeleton bones. There's a wooden sign which, despite the withering, still seems fresh that says, "Welcome all to Dolton, the best kept little secret." The heavy gray clouds roll across the silver sea of a damp morning sky. Heavy trees scatter densely along a long trail of gentle stones, soft dirt, and damp orange and brown leaves fallen from the weather. As the carriage rumbles and rolls, the sound of horseshoes mindlessly clacking against the earth, an odd noise spikes, and it's forgotten in the tedium. Would you turn that down a little bit, Joe? Just a little bit. There we go. An odd noise spikes, but forgotten in the tedium. A heavy metal clink of a chain on the inside of the open wide iron gates. The carriage eventually turns down a road and into the town of Doltonshire. Immediately the gray sounds of rolling and crashing waves sweeps in and drowns the ears, dulled by the long trip. Out in the front of the Order of the Compass Rose sits an impressively large fishing village resting on both earth and sea. The sea salt air turning the houses into mosaics of colorful life and dull decay. The people in the village seem to be painted and stained with the exact same salt, some throwing fish guts and chum in heaps into the sea. Others are pulling carts filled with an assortment of fresh cured meats, rolling oaks of ale, and women and children placing banners around town, while some of the young men are getting stalls ready. The cart driver lets you out and takes the carriage to a local stable. A rail-thin woman arrives wearing a suit and tails that just hang off her body. She is jovial as she greets the Compass Rose. All 16 members pile out into the city, and she says, "Hello there, travelers. So divine to have you at Dalton. I'm Helena Dalton IV, mayor of this deceptively large town. How may I be of service today?" And thus we start the first episode of Nightmare of Doltonshire. Helena Dalton IV greets the members of the Compass Rose in her quaint little town.
Laszlo hops off the back of you said we were on some kind of a wagon or something, right?
Yeah, you can basically there are 16 of you. Obviously we see not 16 with us right now, but 16 of the group. You all are just been piled into these very nice wooden coaches or carriages. Once you've been able to lead the carriage, all of them are being sent off, or one large carriage is being sent off to the stable house.
You see a figure, he's kind of it's almost a coat that's a little bit too big for him with the hood up with a fur trim, hops off the back of the carriage, and then following close behind him, it's a figure dressed like a maid in a black and white outfit, but instead of a normal head, it's a large lit candle. And she doesn't exactly touch the ground when she hops off. Her feet slightly hovers. Her feet are kind of pointed, like little needles, and just hovers like about an inch off the ground, carrying like a bunch of bags.
Love it. Okay. You know what? While we're doing this, everyone give me a quick description of your character, similar to what Michael just did. just so we get a nice picture.
Yeah, I'll
So-
go ahead. Oh, unless you'd like to.
Please, be my
Um,
guest.
You see a tall, lean woman with silver gray hair, very, very long hair, get off the carriage, and she seems very sure-footed, but has a bit of a dour expression and is just watching everything quietly. She doesn't seem to have many effects with her and is wearing a light brown or a dark brown wool cape.
Hey.
You see a small, stout figure with very wide eyes and a tongue that always protrudes off his lips, with a backwards cap and a very raggedy jacket. He looks like he's been in a few scuffs, but he thinks it's presentable. Things with it looks a little bit tattered, patches here and there, and food.
So the mayor, Helena Dalton IV, she goes, I'm so glad that you asked. In fact, you all have come to us on a marvelous day. We'll get to that a little bit later. I want to hear everyone else's description first. Sam, please describe how your character looks. Oh, no, we already did. I'm sorry. Kylie. Gosh, my brain. 0
I see
and
how it
2.
is, PJ. I see how it is. So, Patolma, she is a rude. She is a very large half-orc. She stands at about 6'4", shaved both sides of her head in kind of a faux hawk, braided, kind of dreadlock kind of look, and it goes from jet black to like piercing white as soon as the longer her hair is. She's wearing kind of a blackish, I guess, halter top that kind of like straps on both sides, followed by her tridents attached to her back. And there's 2 of them. They kind of are in that similar cross as many of that dual weapons. And she has black pants and brown boots, very simplistic. 3 claw mark scars that go from about the bottom of her eye down to about her shoulder, followed by a septum pierce, some plugs, and a whole bunch of tattoos.
Dig it. I very, very much dig it. Okay, so we got everyone else. I guess that leaves Ian. Ian, what does your kobold alchemist look like?
So you see jumping out a small figure wearing kind of traveling robes, not trying to hide anything, but you see deceptively, you hear 3 feet and then a slap to the ground on his right. And you see that one of his arms is like much longer than the one on his left. And it seems to be outfitted with like, it looks like he has longer claws. His skin is all black and he has these curling horns that are short, but it looks like they should have the twist. You can tell that he's probably part of that black dragon ancestry of any sort, with green piercing eyes. And he's kind of watching, honestly, the pug that got off the cart, and he's wondering where the food is as well.
Okay, so really fast before we get too off into it, as some of you know, that you and the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you and the other 11 people that were sent on this mission from the Compass Rose was sent here on behalf by your headquarters because they have found a really very rare artifact that allowed them to somehow cross dimensions and speak with a group that calls themselves the Pathfinder Society. And they realize they have a lot in common. They have a lot of shared interests. And so to make their charter across the dimensions complete, they are asking you all to find a long hidden secret, learn as much as you can about it, and then come back to basically use this to bond with the Pathfinder Society. So you are all here for the greater good of the Compass Rose and to figure out, about this little town called Doltonshire, the best kept little secret. So you're now standing in front of Helena Dalton IV. She has 2 little creature fellas asking about food. To which she responds, I am so glad that you asked about that. You have come at a tremendous time. We are having the Blessings Day festival upon us. It is truly a pleasure to have you. So please, if you ever are hungry or want anything, please ask anyone in the town and they will be happy to give you whatever we have, for we are truly blessed here in the little secret of Doltonshire. Or Dalton. It used to be Doltonshire, but as the accent of the old world faded out, so too did Doltonshire, fell out of fashion. So please, call us Dalton.
Dalton. Dalton.
Wonderful. Is there anything else I can help you? Do you have any questions or anything else? The entire city is yours to peruse. Please, obviously, for safety reasons, don't get too close to the docks. The fishermen are still working. And yeah, any questions at all?
Are the fishermen dangerous?
Only if you're a fish.
Laszlo lowers his hood, and you can see he's he's a very thin. Honestly, he could use a sandwich or two, half elf, with kind of a stringy, lanky, mid-long blonde hair, and when a pair of like really round, oversized glasses. He kind of shuffles over, and he's not really. He's, if anything, trying to avoid eye contact with everybody.
Okay.
Yes. Where can we set things up?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. Well, obviously there's the carriage house. You can go check on your horse and carriage there whenever you need to. Everyone here, I'm sure, will love to answer any more of your questions about Blessings Day or about Dalton or Doltonshire, if you wish to use the old parlance. Because this is an actual town, a lot of people live here. I don't know if we have any spare rooms yet, but I'll make sure we have a place for you by dark. I promise.
Yes. I need to set up the books and that. Yeah. And he just kind of puts up this hood and kind of goes back to the strangely dressed Candlehead maid.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. On the where a face would be on the candle is a glowing sigil. It's basically kind of a bracket, and in the middle of the bracket is a triangle, and there's a same glowing symbol on his throat.
Okay. All right. Sufficiently creepy. Helena Dalton, for some reason, seems extremely focused and doesn't seem to pay attention to the floating candle monster. Not on her radar. But she does say, books are funny that you mentioned that. We do have basically like a city hall, if you will, but that's my office. Please don't go there. Don't go to the city hall. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of space for books. As you can tell, we're more of a do a thing and not read a thing. So if you can find a safe place wherever you feel comfortable, please, sit back, relax, and you look like you're pretty hungry there, sir. Are you hungry at all? Oh, she's talking to you, Michael, by the way.
Just Lazo just kind of if anything kind of tries to kind of shrink back as much as he can.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. So she is there for any other questions that you may have about what's in this town, what Blessing Day is, et cetera, et cetera. It's a pretty decent sized fishing town, and you can tell from how the kind of architecture goes up a hill that there seems to be almost as a long path going up to another part of Doltonshire that's not the Dalton Bay fishing town. You see kind of this large central pit in the general area. You see a bunch of signs being put up. I mean, it's a fishing village before a party, so, it's kind of hectic right now. What do you do?
Argo looks at the kobold alchemist and just goes, food.
The kobold turns around and in probably a unsuspecting manner looks to the pug and says, "Yes, I think we do need some food. Maybe we can find a local pub in a very easy stated manner."
This little
Yeah.
kobold, like, undoubtedly. Okay. So give me a, you can give me a survival check, a perception check. You can give me any check you want to kind of get the lay of the land. You can use like local lore, whatever you want to use to kind of find your way around the city. If you have a place in particular that you like to look for, let me know.
Really quick, PJ, did the Order of Compass Rose kind of set up any housings or lodgings for
Nope.
us?
0.
Oof. Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if I can find like a inn or something.
All right.
Zico is looking for the pub that it was mentioned earlier with a 22.
All right, 22 pub.
Argo is looking for the pub with a 20.
I got a 14 to look for a inn.
What was that again, Michael? Like 14?
14.
Okay. Sam and Kylie, any thoughts on where you want to go in the city?
Ptolemy was looking for the same pub as the other two and got a solid 8.
Okay.
I'll roll to look for the pub as well. Let's see.
All right.
This is perception.
Yes, perception, survival, or local lore.
All right, that would be at 18.
Okay. So since I have 4 people looking for the tavern, I will go with Michael first. Michael, as your character is looking around the city for an inn, everyone just kind of looks at you and they're busy and they're like, "What? No, we don't have an inn. You just get off the road?"
Yes. The Order of the Compass Rose sent us here, and apparently they forgot lodgings.
Well, if I was you, I would ask Helena the Fourth, mayor. She basically is the head boss, hostess of this here whole city. We're a little busy. If you'd like anything to eat, I can set you up with a snack. Let you on your way, get you some sandwiches.
Thank you, but I must decline. And he turns and looks over at the maid. Come, Nanny. Let's perhaps find a group. And I'm guessing I'm just gonna try to find the pub now with everybody else.
Okay, really fast. Give me a perception check, survival check, or local lore check, and I'll have you come into the scene a little late.
10.
10. Okay. Yeah, much later. Okay, so Sam, Kylie, Ryan, and Ian, as you're looking around this city, you are able to find. They don't really have a pub, but they do have kind of an open air bar of sorts. There's food there, and they've kind of taken this over for the Blessings Day festival. You see these giant Blessings Day signs all over the place. And the minute you get there, you can see just assorted town members working on building this thing, and they're kind of happy too. They're like, "Oh, outsiders, so wonderful to see you. We only get to do this festival once a year. You guys want food? You want drink? What can we get you?"
Meat.
Meat. Okay. We got that. You like seafood, or you like things that swim or things that crawl?
Meat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we got that. Anyone else here have any particular hungers? Anything else?
We'll take the house special if you have one.
I think we do indeed. We got just a thing for you. Anyone else want anything special or not? Or
I'll just take your ale. Yeah.
All right, sure. So they crack open a casket, they get the thing in there, and they start filling up a nice tall mug. What does the kobold alchemist want?
Well, if you are so kind to ask, I was wondering if I could, Well, you are a fishing village, so I think I will stick with the seafood tonight. Thank you very much.
I can tell that you are a being of great taste. So yeah, we'll make sure to get you the seafood and meat for the scrappy fella. Special for the lady with the silver hair and ale for what ails you. Do y'all want ales as well? We can give you guys ale to drink as well if you'd like.
Ale!
No, thank you.
Well, if it is a local delicacy, I don't want to pass up on the situation. I don't know if I'll ever be here again. So, if you wouldn't mind.
They kind of chuckle. Yeah, most folks don't come back here if they ever come at all. We've been kind of just here by the bay for a long time. Haven't had visitors in a while. They bring out your food. The special, by the way, is this amazing lobster. Like, it is gigantic. It's almost bigger than your arm, cracked open. It's been cooked with spices and cheese and other meats. See, you know, the meat that you want, they give you a really nice cooked breast of chicken. You get the ale, Kylie, this great big mug, and it's got a bit of a bite to it, but it's also very refreshing and kind of have this nice citrusy back flavor. It's very delicious. And of course, Ian, you get both the meal and the ale. And so the seafood, lovely. It's not quite the special, but it's just a wonderful kind of like souffle of different fish, kind of like combined, like the super souffle. And again, it's paired very well with the town ale. And they just kind of sit there and they're just watching you eat, and they're like, I hope you don't mind if we stop working. It's very rare that we get guests, and we're trying our best to be hospitable. Is there anything else we can help you with? Anything else at all?
Ghosts? Ghosts? Where's ghosts? Ghosts?
Ghosts?
Where's ghosts?
Ghosts. I don't. They kind of look at each other confused. I don't believe we have any ghosts in town. Are you smelling some ghosts, boy? Are you smelling some ghosts?
I think you had a slip of the tongue. You may have meant to say guests. It sounded like ghosts. Maybe that's your local dialect.
Guests. Well, like I said, we don't get a lot of guests here too often. We are kind of the best kept secret, and basically the entire continent. I guess when you have Adolfon living just north above you, no one pays attention to what's below it. It's kind of tucked away to the southwest coastline. Fishing's great. Fishing's real great. Been happy here fishing for a long time.
So you like it here? Oh, go ahead, Kobold.
So, if you don't mind me asking, local tradition, besides fishing, what else do you do here?
They have an odd pause and they go, Well, that's a good question. I never really thought about it. We have Blessings Day, which we do because it's such a blessing. We're so blessed with much, but as far as things we do, I think it's only fishing. And, you know, maintaining the city, of course. Helen Dalton got her arm full, but we don't do much else besides fishing.
The kobold slowly starts to raise a drink, and he says, great mysteries we are here to find.
Blessings Day. What is Blessings Day? Blessings Day. What is it?
Okay. Well, effectively speaking, we started this holiday, a long time ago. We have so much to be thankful for. Times were tough for a while, and then suddenly the seas turned and we started catching lots of fish. Doltonshire grew. I don't know if you know this, but there's more to this town than just the bay. We have the city main, we have the farmland, and we have the hillside. And we grew, and we're just very happy to be blessed to have grown so much and to get so much food. And then, so on Blessings Day, to say we're thankful for all of our blessings, we just get all the food we can together, and we have ourselves a great big party, a great big feast.
Who's your master? Who are you blessing? Who are you? Who are you being blessing for?
No, well, we don't really have. We don't have a master, a blessings master. Like,
You don't
no,
have
we
a
just
god?
happy.
But you worship no religion here?
I mean, do you see any religion around here?
I don't know. Many times it's quite personal.
Well, I really can't say much about our religion. I mean, that's really all I got to say about that.
So you do have a god. Like if you don't have one, like I can share mine. Like he's pretty cool, but you know.
Oh. Well, I would love to hear about your guy. Would you like another drink, by the way? Want me to freshen that up for you?
Yeah, sure. I can't talk about him.
Oh, you can't talk about him. Oh, okay. Well, then don't worry about it. No, look, this is Blessings Day. We're not here to judge any of y'all. We're just here to have some good food and good cheer to celebrate the fact that after all these years, we're still here. Hey, that rhymed. What do you know? Huh. Is anyone else want anything else to eat? Anything else to drink? I'd love to hear about where y'all from. Maybe we can exchange information. About this time, Michael enters the scene.
Okay. Laszlo enters the pub. He lowers his hood again, just almost kind of fearfully looks back and forth. Anybody who's been in the carriage with him during the ride to Doltonshire kind of noticed that he really didn't talk to anybody at all except for that strange candle-headed creature that's constantly like within 5 to 10 feet of him at all times. Taking off his coat, the candle-headed creature takes it. He's wearing kind of it's almost it's an out of season outfit that's maybe 10 years was fashionable, not anymore. His fingers are stained with ink. He has ink splats over some ruffles, almost like a nobleman's house. But on his chest is a house sigil of it's 3 sets of gold wings and a torch, the words burning bright below it.
So the people look at you and say, "Oh, hey, there's a new fella here. Would you like something to eat and drink? I'm sure if these are your friends, I'm imagining they're your friends because we know everyone in town. We don't know you. We'd love to give you something to eat or drink if you want to. I'm sure you've been on the road for a powerful long time."
That would be most hospitable of you. Just some hot water and maybe some bread and cheese would be mighty fine.
I am much surprised. I can actually recommend the seafood if you are at all interested.
It's a little heavy for my constitution.
So in a few minutes, they have a nice plate out with slices of bread, a slice of cheese, and a cup of hot water. And they just kind of seem to like watch y'all and like, all right, well, if you need anything else, if you have any other questions about this city or Blessings Day, or if you need to figure out your way around, let us know.
Thank you. And he looks up to the candle-headed creature and just goes, Nanny? And she, from her apron, pulls out a little tea bag and just kind of makes a cooing pigeon sound and just like dips it in the hot water.
All right. So the people working the stall, they make sure everyone's fed, they're drinking, they're always offering refills whenever you want it, more food, more wine, more water, more ale. It's up to you guys. They're always there and they're still setting things up. Is there anything else you want from them before you move on? Do you want to do anything else while we're here?
I look around to see if there's anything strange by the fact that so many people are watching us eat.
Okay, all right. Give me a perception check. This will act as your what's I'm looking for? Insight, basically.
Okay, perception check it is.
While Ryan's doing that,
That'd be
Laszlo
13.
looks around the table and goes, so the order didn't set anybody up with lodgings? Avoiding eye contact the whole time with everybody.
As you say that, Ryan,
Yes.
Argo the Pug looks around, and you start noticing that maybe it's because you guys stick out like a sore thumb. Maybe it's because these people haven't had visitors in quite a while, or maybe it's because you guys are there in the middle of a gigantic holiday, a gigantic party. But you see, as you're there at this stall, eating and drinking, everyone's kind of half working and half looking at you, and just kind of, the waves become less and less welcome. But they're like,
What? 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 What?
they're working. They look up, they kind of frown a little bit. They're like being polite, and they're just going about their work. Yeah.
He Argo, having no shame, goes to one of the people who is trying to be very polite, and waving. He's like, "What? Can we help? Can we help? Do you like to? What can we do? You seem shy. You seem shy. We can help. We can help."
This one fisherman who's cleaning up just a gigantic stain of blood and fish guts, trying to get it off the stone and wood docks and just kind of kick it back off into the water. He's just like, "Oh no, I'm fine. I'm just looking. If I'm being real honest, it's been a while since anyone had come into this here town, especially someone who's gracing us with the appearance of a dog. I appreciate your candor, and I apologize if I'm being rude, but it's nice to have you all in town, and I hope you're enjoying Blessings Day."
Blessings Day. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this guy is like very visibly a fisherman.
He's got the leather overalls, by the way, completely stained in fish guts and salt from the sea. His skin is very red, and his hair is kind of white at the tips around the hairline, and then dark black coming out from there. His nose is very, very red and very craggy. You don't know if it's from years of drinking or years of being at the sea, but he's got a rough look about him. Yeah.
So Zadra will see Argo by the fisherman, and she was picking at her giant lobster, and you can see that she hasn't really eaten much of it at all. Sets her fork down, walks over. Argo, I can see you're trying to be helpful to this gentleman here. Sir, could you tell us what kind of things do you typically do as a fisherman in a town like this? I can tell Argo's incredibly interested in your profession.
He kind of stiffens his lower lip and then kind of starts to grit his teeth. A fish. I get a lot of fish for the town. What we don't need, obviously, we just throw back into the water, make sure that the fish see it, and the fish come back to eat it, so we catch more fish. We try to make sure the fish keep coming back so we don't kill too many fish, but we get a lot of fish, a lot of dead fish.
From the docks, or do you go out into the far sea, or?
Well, that's why we have Blessings Day. We have been blessed with a lot of fish by the docks. We ain't got to go far.
They just come to you.
They're there for the picking if you know how to pick them.
Do you have any kind of tourism, fishing expeditions?
There's a long, awkward period of silence, and he says, "No, we fish, and we eat the fish. I don't know if you can tell by our exuberance, but we exactly aren't used to new people in town."
All right. Well, Argo, I don't know if they need any help.
And then, let me get DM roll really fast. The fisher goes back to his work. I need Ryan and Sam to make a perception check for hearing. If you get bonuses for that, apply those.
Sure.
Michael, 1 second. I'll be right with you.
10.
10. Okay. Ryan?
22.
Me too. Sam, you don't hear it, but Argo, one of your ears kind of starts to twitch a little bit, and you hear a voice. And the fisherman says under his breath, "Best not go near the docks. Don't get near the water. Swear I ain't gonna get them out of the water."
Immediately turns to Zadra and repeats what he heard. Something about don't go near the docks, they won't get us out of the water. We need to go to the docks. Something's really just wrong. Just wrong.
I agree. Let's speak to the others about this.
All right, Michael, what was hands up for?
I was wondering if I can make a local lore on Doltonshire.
I will let you know right now, as this is the best kept little secret. You don't know any information about this town. Are you looking to find something specific?
Just anything that seems unusual, according to, since my character is he's kind of a researcher, and he would probably end up researching this town before he went.
Give me a perception check.
It's the some things you can never leave behind from your other characters. I love that little touch of Rufa I just found. He's a researcher. I love that little. We need it. We definitely need it. I definitely did not build my character for this, but
30-20.
30-20. So it's weird. Everyone's been spending a lot of time just kind of hanging out, enjoying the festivities. Maybe it's because everyone is building the holiday, but you can tell no one's really taking a break to eat or drink or rest. They're just working straight throughout the day.
Okay. Laszlo's just kind of slightly picking at his food, not really eating much. It's like this, the bare minimum, like nibbles.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I need everyone here to make a willpower save.
24.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
All right. Dirty 20%.
7.
yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing is when the role fits the character, you have to love it. I got a 17.
Okay, 17 from Ian. And what was yours, Kylie?
16.
16. Okay. So, suddenly, Ryan, Kylie, and Ian, you suddenly feel this deep stabbing sensation in your stomach. You get this horrendous hunger pang, like when you wake up and have nothing but coffee or water, and you can almost feel your stomach muscles stab deep inside your body. And from that comes that weakness, that sudden desperation for food. You can feel your head kind of get a little loopy and lightheaded from the starvation that you're feeling. And it's odd that this massive food and drink that you've had seems to have done nothing for your traveling hunger. But everyone else seems fine.
Oh,
Argo, you're right.
no!
What's the matter?
Hungry!
Oh, have my lobster. I don't even want it really. I don't eat much.
And Laszlo kind of pushes forward his plate of bread and cheese. Help yourself.
Are you saying that to the people working at the stall?
No, he's to the group.
Oh, to the group. Yeah. Does anyone else want to eat his food?
I think Zico leans over and he goes, Well, I do not recommend the seafood anymore. He slowly pushes his plate away.
Lazo kind of
Patolima
looks.
does like.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, I was gonna say Lazo kind of looks up to the candle-headed creature by him. Nanny always say it's seafood is very, very risky.
I was lulled by the pleasant folk here in town.
Patolima goes just like, ow. Like, well, I ate yesterday, so I shouldn't have to eat now.
Oh no.
I ate yesterday. I should go at least 3 days without eating. But why am I hungry? And then just like looks at the piece of bread and just like nibbles on it.
So you start nibbling the bread. Good. The minute you start biting into it, you kind of feel this ravenous hunger, and you just next thing you know, the whole piece of bread is gone. And I guess that's the thing about bread. Even though it's usually kind of filling, maybe you need like some soup or something to wash it down with. Michael, what's up?
I was wondering if I could cast, like, with any of the food that's still on the table, cast Read Aura.
I mean, you can just do that. You don't have to
Okay.
ask. Yeah.
Okay. Lazo kind of like at any of the remaining food, he looks at it. Let's see. He makes draws kind of a weird symbol in the air and whispers, "It's a grafarat." And let's see. You focus on the target object when casting complete. I know whether the item is magical, and if it is, I know the school of magic is from.
Okay. The food is indeed magical, and it is a cult.
Lazo kind of looks at the table and people. I would not recommend the food. It's something strange about it. It's enchanted or something.
You said that out loud?
Yeah, to the group. Just kind of in a hushed tone to the group of people.
Okay.
Zico kind of looks at the plate and says, maybe there are a few more interesting things about this place.
I don't like it. What? Where's the real food?
The patrons of this open air dining establishment go, oh, we're so sorry. We're all their food. We make it all here in house. If you want to watch us make the next batch, you're welcome to. If you have any complaints about the food, you're welcome to go see the mayor, Helen Dalton the Fourth, in her room in the library. This whole place is open to y'all. I don't mean to offend. You can go check on your horse if you want to. That's up to you all. I totally understand if you want to leave. I'm very sorry.
Why does food hurt?
Well, I wish we could tell you. We just fish and make food. We don't know nothing about how it feels when you eat it.
Lazo kind of like takes his coat from the candle-headed creature by him, puts it on, and just looks at the group. I think that it would be fortuitous if we talk to the mayor about this.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, my name is Laszlo of House Sigrin.
Oh, finally, somebody of some class that has shown up. I feel that you and I, good friend, may be the only people bringing up this town into high society.
Perhaps, but I think this incident is more pressing.
Wait. But before We head out. High society. What are you of noble lineage, or what makes you bring that up?
My name is Zico, and why I never was of a certain house, I once, and he holds up his right hand that is longer than the other claws. I know that I once was a black dragon, and I'm trying to find my way back to those formidable, I should say, smarts, maybe a body that will echo the mind that I have now.
Huh. Once was. So somebody did this to you?
Yes, I can only blame this on a wizard. But that is neither here nor there. I will eventually find my way back, and if I must crawl through the dregs of where were we again?
Doltonshire.
Doltonshire.
Doltonshire. Then I will, if I have to find it out.
Well, we can't all always find our way back. Sometimes what's forward is all that there is. So I hope that in your current state, you'll still be useful to us.
Zico kind of looks at me and says, "Well, you seem to be quite a large person to stand behind. So if is needed, I hope that you can be useful to me as well."
We'll see.
So really fast, because it sounds like you're all working together to find the mayor's office. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need survival checks from everyone to kind of track your way around the city.
Really quick, just let people know that this is my first time playing a spellcaster in Pathfinder, so I'm gonna have some questions. I just want to know, cantrips, I can just use them unlimited, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
That's
good.
the whole thing about it.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
That's okay. So when you're ready, give me those survival.
If I'm not training it, it's just me rolling with the skill modifier, right?
Yep.
Ability modifier.
Yep. Just D20 plus the wisdom modifier.
9.
So, 9 from Kylie. All right.
Dirty 20.
Sam's got 30, 20. Ian, what you got?
Oh, I'll bring up the rear with a nice 7.
Ooh. Ryan, what you got?
11.
Michael.
11 as well.
Okay. You start winding and weaving your way through this city, and you start to learn that even though it has this simple infrastructure of a hill, basically a bay city at the bottom of a giant hill, these narrow, awkward roads and very symmetrical patterns that are easy to get lost. You finally do make it to this very unusual building, larger than any other building there, kind of catty-cornered in the upper left part of the hill. And you enter inside the library and reserve, which is also the office to the mayor. However, along the process, you lose the Kobold Alchemist. Kobold Alchemist, I need you to give me odds or evens.
Oh man, I don't even get to roll. I'm gonna go with evens.
Evens. Okay. Okay.
You are dead.
Our first
You
death of the night.
You should have said evens. You said odds or evens. Which one again?
I said evens. Please better be even.
The panic.
All right. Evens. Got it. This is actually perfect. So, Ian, you proceed to get immediately lost in the narrow lanes paved with uneven chunks of stone. The buildings warp and bend like the spine of a gaunt child hugging their knees. The buildings twist and skew the view of the sharp and angular roads that rise up the hill and sharply dart around corners to be lost immediately by the broken and bowing buildings. What was that? Something Something darted out of the corner of your eye and into an alleyway nearby. I need you to make a medicine check.
I got a 14.
Okay. 1 second. There's a wet crunching sound followed by the resting of a form going limp, and the body is shuffling across the stone floor of the city. As you run to the sound and see a body face down on the ground, you can't quite tell what's going on, but you can see clearly the person has been murdered.
Wonder.
Yeah,
Okay.
continue in.
Zico standing quite a few feet away from the body, now wrapped up in his robe, kind of looking. Hello? Are you all right? Hello? And standing quite a few feet away from the body, waiting for a response, hoping for a response.
Okay. 1 second. So as you look around, I need you to make a fortitude save. What's that fortitude save?
Real. That is a real clean 13.
As you begin to investigate the body, you become numb, and your stomach immediately stabs into your spine with the hunger pains. Your legs and hands become shaky as your head spins and your vision blurs. You feel as if you haven't eaten in maybe 3 days. Your head pounds until your sight begins to fade. You suddenly wake up, getting your senses back to see everything around you is dark and wet and pulsing around your face. I need an athletics or an acrobatics check from you.
16
16?
on a acrobatics.
Your hands try to reach at your own face, and suddenly you can feel another being's face wrapped around your entire head. And as you do this, you start gripping your thumbs into clearly what is lips, and you can feel these hands grabbing your arms and wrenching you down. And as you fight and struggle, you realize there's teeth perched on your neck. And in one quick motion, everything begins to get darker and darker and darker until the last sound that your ears pick up is the loud, wet snap of your neck. You are dead.
Wow. You really aren't pulling any punches from that.
What?
That's the kind of game we're playing tonight. All right.
Wow.
Oh man.
My
Okay.
anxiety wasn't high before, it is now.
And as your head snaps from your neck, your shoulders lifeless, your corpse drops, and somewhere in the alleyway of this city, a body scurries down the uneven stones. Ian is dead.
Wow.
I'm stressed.
Didn't even make it halfway.
So, that being said, we now cut back to the library.
Where'd the kobold go?
I don't know. I was just thinking that. I kind of got distracted by that book.
He be behind us?
Zico, and he starts sniffing around. Starts walking back and tracing steps just to see outside the door, thinking that maybe he could sniff where he might be.
Make a perception check. I believe you get a +2 for using your scent feature.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Perception. Okay, hold on. Here. Let me make a roll. Oh, wow. That would be if I counted that all correctly, 25.
25. You smell paper, very, very old paper, dust, lots of dust. You smell people, but if there was a scent of the kobold, it was intense, but long faded.
Argo runs back. He abandoned us.
Oh, that's not very nice.
That would seem unlikely, as he was part of our organization.
I don't spell him anywhere. Nowhere. None.
This is very unusual.
Maybe we can ask the mayor to have the eyes out, whoever works for her.
Yeah.
Let us know if they've seen anything.
Yeah.
Lasso nods. Yes, let's talk to the mayor. And he looks over to the candle-headed creature by his side. Come, Nanny, come.
The nanny, who's got this giant candle head in this body, you see the body and the head kind of churn independently before it floats off. Its little flickering candle head just dancing.
Like I said before, when she makes any kind of sound, it sounds like pigeons cooing.
Mm. So as the nanny wanders, the ghost of this nanny wanders in, you can kind of hear. You are now sitting inside of the library register. There appears to be absolutely no one here. And as you look around, you can easily spot that dust covers tables, bookshelves. Everything in this library register is heavily encased with the dust of time and ill use, including the once luxurious rug that you are standing on. There's bookshelves all over the place, open books that have not been disturbed in probably years, and all of it is standing before you.
A highly educated town, I guess.
Yeah, but don't people read books? Then why is there dust everywhere? I feel like that's really weird. Is that weird or is it just me?
You know what's weird? Mayor said we're not really a reading town, and look, this is where all the books are.
That's right. She did say that, didn't she?
That's weird. Weird.
Does
Michael.
anyone notice that it's really weird?
Go
ahead, Michael.
Oh, I was going to say, I was wondering if I could kind of peruse the titles of the book and see if anything kind of stands out.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, give me a perception check. Everyone else, what were you saying?
Isn't it weird that they were kind of watching us the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mhm.
right?
Small
Okay,
town
I wanna
folk
make sure.
can be like that.
Yeah.
21.
And you eat the meat, and you're still hungry. That's weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
How do they do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I wasn't hungry. I didn't experience that. So maybe it's in your heads.
No,
Maybe.
I ate more. Still hurts.
Hmm.
Weird.
Where's Helena? Helena!
Uh,
Helena!
uh, Michael, you said perception was 21, right?
Yeah.
All right. So really fast. Right, I'll give this to you. So you're shouting Helena's name, and as you shout it louder and louder, you hear the familiar sound of your own voice echoing Helena's name back to you. There's no one in this library except for you people. You all. Michael, as you are perusing the bookshelves, you see a ton of census reportings, books that are both taxes and farmer almanacs, farmer inventory, and town history. And you can see them sprawling multiple bookshelves. Give me a perception check for insight.
Oh, and also, by the way, before I say my role, I was wondering whatever book he picks up, he's gonna cast Read Aura on it.
Okay, we'll get to that when you get the book.
Okay, and I got a perception, right?
Mhm.
Got a 13.
13. Okay. So, you notice there are a bunch of dates. The dates seem to go as far back as what looks like 200 years ago. You see the modern era now. It even says, like, on the book, on the spine, like year 200. And then you can see year 1 and a bunch of numbers. Something looks odd, but you can't quite figure out what it is that's off about this bookshelf and this arrangement.
Laszlo kind of looks up over at the candle-headed creature and kind of says it out loud so the rest of the group could hear it. Something's odd about these numbers.
How so? What do you mean?
I can't quite put my finger on it, but something is strange. And he kind of like, first of all, when you cast Read Aura on the books, nothing.
You didn't choose a book, but you won't find anything.
Okay. He kind of just runs his hands across the pages very, very lightly. The numbers here, they don't exactly make sense.
What doesn't make sense? What about the numbers?
See. I was what can I roll for this? Not entirely sure what to roll for this. So Lasso's just going, I'm not entirely sure. And he takes another book after casting Read Aura on it and opens it up and kind of you know how you put a book on top of book. Okay, a book and a book. So it's kind of like overlapping the other book. And so he's like kind of running his hands down the numbers.
Okay. Do you choose any book in particular? They just seem to be numbered by the year.
Basically, it will be the following year.
So, what following year? It goes to 1 to 200.
So I guess you go. Let's just say from number 45 to 46.
You're looking for 46, yes?
Yeah, 45 and 46.
Okay. You pull out the book that says 46. Seems to be a pretty average book. It tells you the name of every person alive in Doltonshire, It tells you all the children born, and it will tell you how many livestock. It will tell you how much fish was caught. It will tell you about Helena Dalton the First and her last-ditch effort to, like, because she's about to die and retire. It even says like she's old at this point. So Helena Dalton the First, like her last word as being the mayor is to try an expansion project to grow Doltonshire from a tiny little bay city to this larger town, larger city.
I want to see if any of the names in any of the families repeat.
In the first book that you have, or more books?
In say from one, I'm just gonna take one book and then another book randomly, open it up, try to trace the families together and see if any of those names in that family overlap. Like repeat.
Everyone in this group that wants to do this with him, give me a number between 1 and 200.
Oof. Let's use my
Do I
dice
have to
for
give you a
150.
this.
Or
199.
I'm participating whether I'm here or not.
Was that the ghost of a dead kobold? What?
Oh, excuse me. 150,
There we
if you
go.
don't mind.
do I choose a number?
Yes, but first let's go with other people.
Argo is gonna go with just looking which book looks the dirtiest.
Definitely the first book. The very first book is the dirtiest.
Then one.
Okay. Sam, what book between 1 and 200? What book do you want to pick?
27.
27. And Kylie, what book do you want to pick?
199.
199. All right.
Nice.
And Michael, what book number between 1 and 200 are you choosing?
8.
8. Okay. You all look at the books that you have chosen. Michael and Sam, your book tells you the tale of a town still early in its development, especially Michael's and Ryan's. Ryan, you have the inaugural book of Doltonshire. It is the first ever book census taken. The very first name signed in the book is Helena Dalton the First. And you receive just a bunch of names, numbers of crops, numbers of people. Michael, same thing. Number 8, you see much the same. Sam, give me a quick perception check.
That is a 16.
16. It's odd. He just kind of knows there's less children being born in the families. Instead of having a family of 8, now there's only like a family of 2 or 3 at most. But you notice that that's kind of the only thing that stands out between the 1 and 8 and 27. Kylie, you look at book 199 and you see almost every other page the word blessings upon us on every page written. Everything, all the census seems immaculate. They record 0 deaths, 0 sickness, perfect inventory of food and livestock and fishing, and every page it's just blessings upon us on book 199.
So PJ, looking for 2 things, the names repeating themselves, at the very least the first names, and also shifts in population.
Well, right now you've only looked at 2 books.
Mm-hmm.
So between the 2 books, 8 and 45, if there's a repeated name, it's a very common name. Shift in population, again, talking to Sam, like you said, there's a slight shift. Less kids are being born. Makes sense, though, when you just set up and you kind of, everything kind of gets settled. That's all you can tell from book 8 and book 45, book 1, book 27, and book 199. If you want to keep looking through these files or looking through these books, keep going.
Actually, I was wondering if I could look for a genealogy report.
Genealogy report.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, everyone here that wants to do some more investigating, give me another perception check.
What if I'd like to investigate specifically whether I can tell that if the mayor has been here at all recently, like any other, you said it was very dusty, but if there was any other disturbance anywhere near the entrance or in the vicinity.
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check as well for that. You're kind of searching through here.
I got an 18, by the way.
18 for Michael.
I also got an 18 from Beyond the Grave.
Good to know. Good to know. Don't go too
14.
far, Ian. We will need you in a minute. Ryan, thank you. Kylie, what was your roll?
13.
13. Okay. Sam, what was your roll?
26.
Okay. So, Michael, you're trying to look for books of genealogy. Unfortunately, there is none that are, I guess you could say, explicit about breeding and branching. It's all just like a census. We'll get back to you in just a second. Kylie, you are looking through the books, and you notice you're having a hard time just kind of filing through them. There's a lot of gaps. This is really poor book shelving. Sam, as you are looking around for her, you start to notice for the Mayor Dalton, there is no sign of human life in this building whatsoever. However, towards the entrance of the library, kind of tacked on the wall to the left, you see a massive map. And on the map, it says, Dolton, as is blessed. And it's this massive town map. It has Doltonshire Bay. You see the city main, and you can kind of see the rounded out additions of the hillside and the farmland north of where you are. But it looks like there's something kind of like it's not hanging properly. Like it's been put up there pretty roughly, pretty quickly.
Is it like a painting hanging on a wall that she can like tilt back into perfect place?
You can absolutely touch it. It does seem to be paper, but the paper seems to be very, it's very thick for paper.
I see. And also, is there anything like the mayor's house on here, or was that information she had told us before?
You look at the map, and you can see nothing about a mayoral home. Michael, you start looking around for all this genealogy, and you start to realize as you're finally starting to see all the books lined up, there's a 20-year gap where nothing was written. There was no books. The numbers skip 2 decades.
Okay. What were the decades?
As you're looking through, it seems that between the year 150 and 171, there's no tallies. There's no books, no nothing.
50 and one. You said 150 and 171.
150 to 171. There doesn't seem to be any books in those years. It looks like it goes like almost like 149 and then 172.
Okay. And also, when I was looking through the names, also kind of want to. Can I say if I recognize any of the family names that would stand out?
Again, it's just family names that are here and families that are giving birth. You see Helena Dalton having children, Helena Dalton II, and then down the road you see Helena Dalton II becomes mayor. That's about it.
Laszlo looks over to the candle-headed creature and says out loud. So it's kind of like he's saying it to the group, but he's saying it by saying it to the candle-headed creature. This is strange. 150 to 171 is missing.
Misplaced? Books misplaced?
Not here. Does anybody have the book?
No, and I looked pretty carefully, and it doesn't seem like there's been anybody in here. I don't think the mayor's here, or anybody has been here.
A 2-decade gap.
Argo gets nosy, and he starts, since no one is here, he starts looking around different drawers, different things, because he's not going to get caught. So he's just going to open different boxes, see if in other things are, give any clues to what strange is going on.
All right, give me a perception check, Ryan.
Okay.
As Ryan's doing that, Laszlo quickly also says, if you find anything out of place, let me know. We don't want another food incident happening.
Question, is this since I'm digging around for things, can I use that bonus?
I'm gonna say no because you're mostly searching with your eyes. You're not smelling or hearing, so you're just kind of looking
Okay.
around.
Then it's a 19.
Okay. As you're looking around, you start noticing, throwing books out, that like Michael's character said, there is a 20-year gap, and you start noticing that in some of the earlier books, in the 130s and the 140s, you start noticing a drastic drop in births. No one's having babies. You start noticing there is no livestock. You start noticing the income of fish from the sea is absolutely dead zero. You see the amount of deaths are starting to rise incrementally. You see Helena Dolton II in her handwriting is even writing a letter to, quote, any god that will take mercy on them.
Argo takes that one book and opens it up widely, slams it down in front of everybody. Look! 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 Weird!
Before Laszlo actually even looks at it, he's going to quickly draw a symbol in the air and just says, and when he's actually casting a spell, he kind of loses his like stuttering and lisp. Aratharakrat. Read aura.
No magic, it's just a book.
Can
So, yeah.
I use, if I have a decent occultism modifier, would that be something that I could roll for to get a sense of like what kind of, like if there are rituals or gods around, like what they're asking for in these books?
Absolutely. In fact, I will let you roll an occult. I will let everyone else roll a perception check after after Ryan slams the book down.
Really quick, I was wondering if I could aid Sam.
In the occult? Yeah, go right ahead. Make an occult roll and let me know the number.
Oh, and also cast guidance. I guess I can only cast guidance or aid, right? There's a stack.
Mm-hmm.
What's the effect to that?
Casting guidance instead, actually, then.
Safer. Basically gives you a +1 to this occult check.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Arathiantias.
Cool. That'll be a 16 for
16 occult check from Sam. Kylie, what is your perception check?
16.
All right, 16. Ryan, what's your perception check?
14.
14. Okay. So, Sam, you start looking at the book and you start feeling this interesting energy filling the back of your head. You feel this light as a feather feeling hit your chest as you start reading and looking at this book and seeing this plea to any gods. And you know that this is both harmless and dangerous. It is harmless because this human being is invoking absolutely no one. It is a worthless cry screamed into the abyss in vain. But you know that sometimes what makes us truly dangerous is that this scream into the abyss in vain opens them up for literally anything within to respond. And as you look at this and receive this information, Kylie, you can't help but to hear a weird rustling sound. Your attention is immediately drawn to the wall that Sam left, and you see the map folds over. And on the back side of the map, you see this crude drawing of the map, much smaller. From where you're seeing, it's hard to tell, but everything is in red. There's words scribbled furiously all over this map. And it almost calls to you with its yet to be known secret.
Guys, I feel like I'm in Scooby-Doo and I'm Shaggy, where it's like, I don't want to go over there. She's gonna pull out at least one of her tritons, do a cool ass twirl, and then just like slowly walk over, but like definitely stay like a full triton away.
Can I also say, if you're Shaggy, does that make Ryan Scooby?
Scrappy.
Scrappy.
He's scrappy. He's definitely scrappy. So, what do you do?
Argo immediately goes over there, just to, just in case things get weird. Looks at. Wait, what am I exactly looking at this point? Just.
It's okay. So the map has fallen over. It's still barely hanging on, but the map is on the wall, kind of dangling. The backside is exposed. It's covered in furious red scribbling and a city map that is much smaller. You also have the book that is basically pleaded to anyone, any god, to help them in this time of need.
I grab the fallen map and look at it very carefully, and I put it on the desk for everyone to see clearly.
Okay. I need everyone to make a willpower save.
Oh, really quick before that happens.
Oh
Read aura. I'm read aura.
Too late. Roll the wisdom.
Is this a will save? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
say No, I lied. I'm sorry. It's a willpower save. I was right the first time. It's a willpower save.
Willpower save. Okay.
Join me.
no.
Ooh. 17.
All right.
24.
17 for Ryan, 24 for Sam. Kylie, what's your willpower save?
16.
16. Michael, what's your willpower save?
17.
17. Okay, hold on. I have to look at my notes really fast.
Do your notes say we're all going to die?
Yes,
Big
yes,
red
they do.
Sharpie right over the
Like-
top. There's nothing written there.
X. He took before the show. He took the character sheets and just shredded them.
So they won't be needing these.
Yes.
Oh God.
Second.
Just written over and over in the notebook. All work and no play makes PJ a dull boy.
This is what happens when you read the notebook.
All right,
It-
everyone. 1 second. So, as you put the map on the table and you fill it out, your eyes have to adjust the red scribbling, constantly trying to readjust it. You see eventually handwriting. It takes you a minute. You have to adjust your eyes and turn the paper and crane your neck. But written, they are these words. We were hungry. We have tried our best. We were hungry. We have prayed, but the gods do not see us. The food is all gone, but the land is rich. Why must we starve? We are so hungry and weak, but we must grow, or we will die. We are so hungry. This may be our last ever writing. May it serve as a reminder that Doltonshire was made in secret, and may its failures be secrets too. We have but one last hope for our people, for our crops, for our future. May it work, and may the gods forgive us. We will be hungry no more. Signed with remorse, Helena Dolton II. Looking at the writing, you can see it was done in dried blood. It is dated year 141 Doltonshire.
EJ, really quick, when Helena, the Helena we met, introduced herself, what number did she say she was?
She said she was the fourth.
Fourth.
And with that revelation, we're going to go on a 5-minute break. When we come back, we will come to the second half of the Nightmare of Doltonshire. Who knows what our secrets await for the fourth Helena Dalton? Who knows what horrible ways I can kill these people next? We'll see. So far, we have a lot of survivors. We're going to go back on a 5-minute break. We'll come back at 9:41. We'll see you then. Stay spooky. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of today's episode of Nightmare of Doltonshire. Where do we begin? So, before we took a break, you saw the book pleading to the gods as the city loses their children, loses their elderly, loses their food, loses their cattle, loses their livelihood. Helena Dalton II, in the back of the census book, is pleading to the abyss above, please save my people. And then, almost as if by cue, a map flips over and exposes Helena Dalton pleading for forgiveness for whatever it is they have done, for they are so very hungry. And she will not have this little secret dying by itself. Kylie, your character looks over the map with everyone else, and you start seeing this reoccurring symbol appear again and again and again, and to the point where you can't tell if the ink of the symbol is faded or if the ink is inside the paper like a watermark, and you start seeing this symbol again and again and again, and it transfixes into your mind. It is the symbol of a man splayed in 4 like a cross, but his flesh is ripped from the body, exposing the meat and bone of the man. His body loosely fits into a circle, sometimes a circle with daggers coming from all sides. And looking at this symbol, you feel a burning, a deep, searing pain in your gut, in your stomach. This stabbing hunger that travels all the way up the back of your throat, and you can feel the muscles in your throat spasm and clench as they are begging you, threatening you upon death to eat something. And this hunger, like a knife, you can almost feel it piercing from your lips as you fixate on this symbol. Now, those here are looking at this map, these words. What do you do?
Something is very wrong. I have a little bit of experience with those who, let's say, the occult. Something is occult here, and we need to find the mayor immediately. Don't trust her, I would say.
Really quick, so Kylie's the only one that saw the symbols.
It's the only person I talked to, yep.
Okay. I'm gonna actually scan the word. Actually, first I'm gonna cast Read Aura on it.
Just a map.
Okay. And second, I'm just gonna scan the words to just, if anything kind of stands out when it relates to the occult, I guess.
Are you doing this with your detect, or are you just reading it yourself?
I'm just going to straight up occultism.
All right, make the roll. Kylie, what are you doing?
She is basically just like kind of like just clawing at her throat, like just like needing something. And tries to talk but really can't, and it comes out kind of garbled, like, and like tries to point out the symbol, but obviously no words quite make it out. And then just tries to focus on all of her training to at least attempt to calm herself down.
You're all right.
20.
What was that, Sam? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Zadra looks at Talma and like gets her water skin out and like offers it to her.
Pushes it away.
Do
Continue.
you need anything?
What? What?
Rations? I hand out rations that I have to her. Like they would have been my personal rations. Let's see if she wants it.
Okay. You eat the rations?
All of them.
You see your half-orc monk friend ravenously eat the food. Kylie,
Oh no.
it does nothing for your hunger. You still, with great pain, suffer from starvation.
Just falls to her knees in aspiration.
Can I do a medicine check
Mm-hmm.
on her?
Absolutely.
Okay, I do have a battle medicine skill feat for something. So if she has wounds, I can like heal them, but I don't know if she has wounds. So let's find that out.
Make a quick medicine check.
Ooh, that's not too good. Let's see. That is a
It's
9.
nice knowing you guys.
That's a 9. You look at her. She looks fine. Her body is not showing any signs of fatigue. She's not showing any signs of blood sugar loss. She is showing massive mania and panic. However, looking at her eyes, they're not having dilation issues. She looks extremely healthy, and she looks like she is insanely panicked.
Argo also does a medicine check.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Oh, before I said I got to roll 20, dirty 20 on that occult check.
All right, we'll get to that. So sorry, I did not, but we'll get to that after the medicine check.
Okay.
Go ahead, Argo.
That would also be a 9.
9.
Oh, no.
You start to sniff her. You start to kind of lick her skin. You get kind of a feeling of her pH and body temperature. Yeah, she seems extremely normal and healthy, and you can tell she's extremely scared and hungry.
Then I bark at her intimidatingly. Snap out of it!
While you do that, Michael, so you're doing an occult check.
Yeah.
You can tell 2 things. Number 1, and this is very important, the map. At first you thought was paper, like really thick paper. As you start to pick it up and put your fingers on it, it feels too supple, too pliable, almost a bit of a stretch to it. And it's then that you see it in the afternoon light that you realize this is human flesh, flayed from a person's body. The weight of it, the texture, the density, this was a person. Looking at the writing, you realize 2 things. This was human blood, and it has long been dried. Looking at the writing on the back, specifically the symbols and the words, you realize this is a covenant of regret. You don't know anything about this symbol. You don't know anything about these words. But the one thing you know about how contracts with the occult work, this is an apology for a promise.
Lasso's like his hands start shaking as he's holding the map, and just like kind of fall on the table. It's, did he say human skin or what race?
Human skin.
This is human skin.
It's people. It's people. Wait. Wait. Our goal is to find out what's going on. Yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
Then why don't we take this and get out of here?
Yes.
This is not what the order sent us here for.
What the order will get.
No, like he's saying it as like this is not the reason why they were here, you know.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Where should we go? Back to the tavern. There's people there. Demand to see the mayor. What would you like to do here?
The most best idea would be perhaps to just leave this cursed town.
Well, we need to get her help. She's not doing well.
Crawling towards the door. Like, get me out.
Wait. That map. It's Skin, right?
Yes. And he hands the map over to Argo.
Okay. I got an idea. And then he takes the skin map, kind of like bites off a piece.
Ooh.
And then tries to feed it. And then tries to feed it to Toloma. Here. It's also food.
So, you eat it, Kylie?
Yep.
Two things.
She doesn't know.
Two things need to happen. One, I need Ryan to make a willpower save. And two, I need Kylie to make a willpower save.
In the
Oh,
more
God bless.
Sam Beckett. Oh boy.
Really fast. What was that, Kylie?
That is you said Will?
Willpower, that's correct.
23.
Nice. Okay, Ryan, what's your willpower save?
My willpower save is 19.
Okay. 1 second.
Stomach of steel right here.
Oh, sorry. No, mine is a 21. I forgot to add my modifier.
21 noted.
Little people jerky there.
So
All in green. It's made of people.
you take a piece of the map, you rip off the map piece in your mouth, and you hand it to Tolima. As you do, the minute the map touches your lips, you get this image in your head, you get this feeling on your tongue, and you get this sensation in your stomach. It's as if you have had the first bite of food all day. It's like when you've been starving for a day and a half on a fast and you take a first bite out of a big beefy burger. Your brain is alight and you can literally feel your body getting better. The minute you take the food out of your mouth and give it to Kylie, you immediately regret it. You want it. You desire it. Kylie, you grip this piece of map in your hands. The minute it gets near your nose and your mouth, you feel a fire in the back of your skull. The stomach pain subsides. It's numb. And as you can put it in your mouth and lips, you feel alive. For the first time in your entire life, it feels like the starvation goes away. Your muscles feel strong and full, and you feel satiated. As you chew it, you can almost see her face light up at the first bite of a buttery steak, as she just chews on this meaty flesh again and again and again. And it's not meant to be swallowed. Clear as as day, but she's fighting, and her neck muscles are fighting to get this old piece of human flesh to dangle down and get go into her belly, to the point where she's literally punching her own body to overcome its gag reflex to force it down. And then, after this intense struggle, she succeeds, and it hits her stomach. And you can see her panting, eyes rolling into her head as her hands go limp and body goes numb for the first time in what feels like her known life. She is complete.
It's bacon! It's bacon!
I can see that being big.
Paloma, are you all right?
I think. But I don't want to know what it was. I don't.
Well, okay, you know what? I think I know what it was. You ate the human skin map, and you got better, which is a terrible sign. She takes out her short bow and is like, "That's it. Obviously, there's some dirty dealings happening here. I think it's time we find out who's behind this and take care of them." She like cocks the short bow.
I love that. The medieval equivalent to like the moment. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Laszlo just kind of looks at the group and just kind of shakes it. It would be most fortuitous if we just left.
Laszlo, do you do magic?
A bit.
Do you have anything that can protect us from undead? Anything in that realm? I have a feeling we might be dealing with something along these lines.
I'm able to slightly protect us against the undead, but not much.
Well, where should we go first?
I still think we should just leave this cursed town.
I will say, I'm not leaving. I know the Compass Rose brought us here for a reason. Sometimes people have higher purposes. I myself, if there's somebody dealing with gods of the undead, I have to root them out. That's what I'm here for. That is the only reason I'm alive. So I can't leave. Are you coming with me or not? Are we going to find our kobold friend? I was a little mean to him earlier. I'd like to say sorry, maybe. I don't know. He wasn't undead. He didn't deserve it, I guess.
Are
you with me or not?
Lazo turns and just looks over at the candle-headed creature by his side for a second, and just kind of he just tilts his head slightly, and then turns with almost kind of a vacant look over back to your character. Nanny says we should perhaps investigate a bit more.
And you, Argo, what do you think?
I think we go out. We bring the map, and we find rest of Compass Rose and tell them we should leave and get the information back so that we know what to do, because if Tolma's hungry and then this stopped her from being hungry, then I think we're dealing with something that's much bigger than us. And they asked us to investigate, and we did, and we should bring this back and then come back with a much bigger information.
Ptolemy, what's your opinion? You are the one who's been through it.
She, no matter how good it tasted, she's like gross, like trying to just get it out of her mouth. Wow, this is a lot has happened this day. Well, I don't really know. Maybe we should go find the other guy. He has been missing for some time. Um, I just, I, I would like to find out what's wrong with me just because I'm kind of stressed right now. And this is the first time I've ever had to deal with something like this. So yeah, I'd like to find out what's kind of going on with me. But like, if we're too busy, that's okay too. But like, it's just like kind of on the to-do list.
You're right, because even if we leave, we don't know if your condition is going to get better if we leave. So we need to solve your problem first.
That'd be greatly appreciated. Yes.
So, two things. One, I see your hand raised, Michael. What do you want to do?
I was wondering if I could roll either a Arcana, Occultism, or Religion to see if I'm familiar with any of this from my studies.
Go right ahead. While you're doing that, and this, of course, we can loop Michael when he's on this roll. Where are you going? I hear we're going to the city and then getting in the carriage and leaving.
I would like to go back to the tavern since it seemed to be full of people.
The open air tavern. Okay. Kylie, what does Ptolema feel like doing?
She will follow everyone else. She's a little stressed.
That's fair. She has just dined on human flesh and she feels amazing for the first time in her life. That's never a good sign. Ryan, what does Argo, the muscle pug, want to do?
Argo wants to get out, go back to the tavern because he thinks that's where the rest of the Compass Rose is. And on the way, he's kind of smelling for Zico. But if he doesn't smell immediately, he just assumes that he'll be at the tavern.
Understood. Michael, what was that roll?
Well, first of all, was it Arcana, Nature, or Religion, or what role, or Occultism?
You can use whichever one you want.
Okay. Well, if anything, I got a Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right. So I'll say this. In all of your years of research, none of this sounds familiar. None of this is a god that you have studied. None of this is a devil lord that you have studied, the nine hells. None of this is even the MO of a demon. None of this makes any sense at all. Now, because you made a critical 20, I'm going to need you to make a willpower save.
$22.
2. Good. You're looking at the map. You're looking at the books, and you're thinking, and all of a sudden you lose track of time and space. You can feel your head leave its body. You become a spirit of thought as you consider the possibilities. You start tripping into this whole other dimension of your subconscious, and suddenly you have this horrendous realization. You can feel, even though your brain is so remote from your form, you can feel the cold blood pumping through your chilled skin, the goosebumps, a map of a mistake, the hair on the back building up to be a forest of doubt of something you never should have considered in the first place. And as you are thinking, one word pierces your psyche. A name, 3 letters, Z-O-G. And you see a mouth, an impossible mouth, a blaze of fire, dripping blood, a maw, the likes of which there is hatred and hunger. And you have this religious experience as in one infinitesimal second, the truth stabs your soul and pumps through your veins the name of Zog, the father of the meat.
And he kind of goes in kind of that kind of jerky motion back and forth, and just turns and just runs over and just kind of hugs kind of grips and buries his face in the apron of the candle-headed creature and just goes, no, 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 no.
So you see this person having a breakdown in front of you suddenly.
All right,
What?
it's time to go.
What? 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 Just keep saying what
Uh,
to Laszlo.
Yeah, slowly, Lazo kind of just looks up. His eyes just haunted. His already kind of, dark circles around his eyes kind of looks even, I guess, darker against his pale skin. Just whispers, "Zog."
Everyone give me a willpower save.
$18.
Okay.
24.
Sam, okay.
11.
Okay. Michael, did you roll something?
Oh, I had a roll too. Okay, I didn't know I
You
had to roll.
you didn't have to. I just didn't know if you were or weren't. Okay.
No, I
cool.
didn't roll. So
No, you're fine.
Okay.
So, at this mentioning of this name, Kylie, everything in the universe makes this beautiful music. You can still taste on your tongue the symphony of human flesh and live pumping blood, the heat, the warmth, the liveliness, the life. And as the name Zog traces your ears, you can see the burning mouth that gapes and hungers, and suddenly it all makes sense. The hunger, the meat. But no. This is just hunger. This is just hunger. Sam, you hear the name Zog and you immediately feel your stomach like a fist has punched you into your gut, and the fist is deep within you. It's clawing at your stomach lining. It's scraping your intestines, and it's searching. This hand is searching in your stomach for something. But as this hand is searching, you know, this is just reaction. There's no logic behind this. This is impossible. This is a fallacy. This cannot be. And you realize all you're left with is the knife scraping the spine of your belly. That is your infinite hunger that you've been suppressing with discipline and awareness. These are just words. Ryan, the father of the meat. Fresh meat, dripping meat, cooking meats, pork belly, cow liver, steak, chicken, poultry, long, short, human flesh. You realize this beautiful epiphany. You are on the razor's edge of an infinite menu of possibilities. You only need to say yes, and the world is infinite. And so is your power. And with that, you are now holding on to your scared friend as he has whispered this unholy curse of a name into your ears and into your soul. Where do you go from here?
Meat. 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 Meat.
Tolama's going to say a quick prayer up to her God, or down to her God, whichever you may see it. And just be like, I've given you a lot. Like, can you just make sure I just make it out alive?
Give me
Please?
a religion check really fast as you pray to who I think you're praying to.
Ooh, religion?
Yep.
Oh, I have a -1 for religion. Gosh dang it. 16.
16. As you're praying, you hear a voice in your head that echoes one of the tenets that you were raised with. And the voice says simply, If they die, they die. If they're weak, then they will. It may be lonely at the top of the hill, but upon of which you will be the king of a body of corpses. Be strong, let no one be stronger, and I will see you on the other side.
Yeah, okay, fair. And she kind of just like smiles.
So after having this traumatic religious experience, where do you go from here? I hear a lot of people want to go back to the tavern in the main part of the city. I've heard some mentioning of trying to get back into your carriage and leaving this town for good. What are you going to do?
It's time to go. Zadra pulls out her dagger and cuts a piece of the map off and like gives it to Argo, and she says, "Eat this. Let's go."
Ah.
Argo.
And she walks out the door.
You walk out the door. Ryan, really fast. Give me a willpower save.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Of course. Oh, okay. That'd be a 24.
Okay. Yeah. You see stars and hear music. You feel tremendous dining on this ancient but somehow preserved human flesh. So you're going back to the town, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I heard Sam's character said they're looking to get out. Where do you go from here? You're now back in the town center proper.
I'd like to go to the tavern and see who is there.
No one is working the tavern. The tavern is completely empty. It's an open air tavern, so maybe they're around back, but from what you can see, there's no one in this tavern stall.
I don't like this.
Laszlo would be kind of following with Nanny kind of cradling him a little bit, and just looks over at Sam and goes, we should leave.
What are you saying, Sam?
Is there anybody? Like, can she see anybody?
Anyone who wants to search can give me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh man, it fell on the ground. Well,
17.
15?
10.
And while he's searching with Nanny, and as she's kind of holding him, she's kind of cooing a lullaby.
Okay.
Very disturbing.
Kylie, what's your perception check?
that was a 12.
12. Okay. So the nanny, as you're looking around, you can hear this horrendous, melodious voice softly, just almost out of nowhere, start to kind of waft on the wind. This tragic voice just saying, "Are you going to be there? Long time ago, I loved you fair. Been years since I left, and I hungered for you. Coming back to your home, I bury you too." And the song just tries to lull you all to sleep. The children laugh, but the children cry. They know their love, their parent must die. The shadows come, crawl over the sky.
Laszlo's like looking around and just like from Nanny's like apron just goes, no, we're leaving. We should definitely leave.
The nanny can, yeah, Argo.
Argo just makes a loud yell. We're getting the fuck out of here!
So, as you're having this moment, Ryan,
Yeah.
you look, and you look around the area, you see that giant kind of like crater inside. The center has now been turned into a play area. A bunch of children are now throwing horseshoes at a spike, and they're throwing horseshoes, and it hits a spike, and it kind of rattles and drops. And it's weird because the horseshoes are extremely rusty for some reason.
Mhm.
They're just throwing the horseshoes and laughing, giggling, and the horseshoes hit, and rust just echoes off. Michael, you look and you see all the adults on this long wooden pier just off the stone slab of this city. And there you can see them reaching into this giant sack. It's just dripping red chum and fish guts. And they're throwing things into the ocean. They're throwing fish guts. They're throwing unmentionable leftovers. They place down the bag. They reach inside. They pull out something larger than a fish. It takes about 2 people to hold. And it's then that moment you see the body of a kobold missing a head. And they throw it into the sea. They reach in, they pull out a half-eaten man. Chunks missing from his face, arms, leg is gone, and they throw him into the sea. They take the rest of the bag, they pitch it over, shake what's left, and they turn and they lock eyes with you, Michael.
Laszlo just kind of stares, like his eyes go wide, and he lets go of Nanny's apron. He just kind of backs up and then just kind of falls in the dirt and just kind of and stumbles to get back up. Like he's like, no, nope, 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 and
This
just
art-
kind of just try to stumble just to get away from that.
Michael,
see this
really
happening?
fast. No, you were transfixed by watching the kids playing horseshoes,
Okay.
eerily with rusty horseshoes. Michael, give me a willpower save.
$25.
Okay. 25?
Mhm.
All right. Oop, missed my place in my notes. My apologies. So, as you see this happening, you continue to look off into the water. As you look off into the water, you start to see the rolling waves of the oceans pitch higher and higher. And that cry doesn't seem to leave your ears. The ocean lulls your mind and senses. You can feel the whole world start to drain from your vision as the horizon, the gray, salt gray horizon, seems to creep closer and closer beyond the waters of the bay. Flickering on the horizon, tiny griffins breach the gray sea oceans. Soon, growing larger and larger, you see a mouth extending wider and wider on a creature that resembles an eel fish of the deep as its mouth begins to blot out the midday sun. As its mouth grows, it starts to swim and chasing you down. You can feel yourself being pulled into the abyss of its never-ending mouth. Everything is suffocated, light, sound, and the dear haunting lullaby of your sweet Nanny. as the mouth gets closer and closer. You can feel the wind breaking as it screams and roars, and in your head, the creature screams its name. I am Zog, father of the meat. I shall consume all. And in that moment, your senses come back to you. Your breathing comes back. Your focus returns. You can see your hands. You can see the whole town is fine, and the people by the bay staring at you as they draw their knives.
All right, everyone.
I think Lazo's going to like, GTFO now.
I would highly suggest we find cover. Run! She goes running off to whatever like group of buildings looks like it will provide the most cover for hiding.
Lazo kind of just, I'm not going to actually scream because I don't want to blow out my mic. Just kind of screams, just yells out nanny, and just kind of, he's going towards where the caravan, the wagons and stuff are.
Okay. So you're heading towards the caravan, the wagons. Sam is hiding for cover in a city. What is Kylie doing?
She's gonna like look at the people coming at them with knives and be like, knives? Like, really? And just like draws both tridents and is just like, bring it on. And like her persona immediately going into battle changes, and this kind of bubbly half orc is stone cold from war basically and is ready for battle.
Really fast, because I love that. Ryan, what is Argo doing?
Argo goes to the biggest group that he can find and just screams, "Knock it off!" And I do I try to do a intimidation check.
Okay, roll intimidation really fast. Michael, I need you to roll a medicine check really fast, and then after that, I will have initiatives.
I got a 18.
18 on medicine. Okay. All right. Gotta check my notes. Okay, so you are doing a medicine check of 18, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So you, Michael, really fast, you try to run to where the carriage is being kept. As you get into the carriage area really quickly, you can feel your heart rate pounding, not only in the jugular vein throbbing in your throat, but you can feel your heart beating through your neck and in the base of your skull. Your entire body is pounding in time and rhythm to the fear that is echoing, that is rattling from your heart as adrenaline has almost entirely replaced your blood. As you run into the carriage house, you see that it is you move around trying to find a carriage. A carriage for 16 people should not be invisible or lost. And as you round the corner of one of the stalls, you see splinters everywhere. And you can find the blood splattered on the sides, in the hay, and on the ceiling. And lastly, as you look through the hay, you see a hoof gnawed off just above the toe, missing a very bloody and rusty horseshoe.
There is no escape. We're gonna die here.
Smash cut back to initiative as the entire city pulls out knives, and the half-orc monk just goes, "Not today, Satan," pulls out her 2 tridents, and gets ready for war. I need initiative checks from everyone. By the way, your intimidation check was a 19, Ryan?
Yes. I mean,
19.
no, sorry, 17.
17. As you bark at them, one of the townsfolk has a knife drawn, just looks at you, eyes rolls back into his head. His jaw snaps loose from the binding and bone. The flesh stretches like leather. His mouth becomes impossibly long, like the mouth of a snake, or the mouth of an eelfish. And as his mouth grows larger and larger, he then just roars at you. And you can now see in this impossibly large, gaping maw, broken from the human frame, his hands start to curl into claws, gripping his knife. Let me have those initiative rolls.
Okay.
Really quick, can you remind me what the initiative bonus is?
It will be based on your perception check. If you are doing something else, such as diplomacy or stealth, it could be based on that. But we're going to go with the flat perception check on this one.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
That's a 25.
Actually, really quick, PJ,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm at the wagon, there's nobody around. I was actually wondering, can I actually do it stealth, or does it have to be perception?
Since you're probably unaware of the combat, I will say perception to see the combat that's happening.
Got it.
Outside. Kylie, what's your initiative?
19.
19. Excellent. Ryan, what's your initiative?
24.
24. Michael, what's your initiative?
7.
Was that 7?
Yeah, because I'm archetype oracle and I have the lore thing, so I got -4 to my initiatives.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay.
That's rough, buddy.
By the way, Ian, I need you to roll initiative for me, please, buddy.
Oh,
This can't be a good sign.
Oh no.
I had to remember to unmute my mic as I've been like laughing and scared and the entire time trying to be quiet. Let's see. Ooh, it's plus perception, right?
Yes, I just need the die face for now.
Oh, okay. Die face is 11.
Perfect. So Ian is now at a 17 initiative. Wonderful. Ian, as the spirit of Tico feels itself falling ever still, you can see the cruel reality of your existence. As you look up the pitch black, you can see a light that you now know is actually a throat, possibly an esophagus. And you can see in that light a black dragon looking at you with its gnarled horns and ghastly visage and almost bat-like wings, and it flies down and it looks to you and it says, You were a mistake. You were never a child of mine and never a brother. You are long forgotten, and you will be never remembered. Welcome, sin of the egg, to the bottomless stomach of the father of the meat. And as everything goes black, you now feel the hive mind of hunger, the picnic of panic and punishment that is spreading through this town. And as these people draw knives and as their jaws unhinge to the sound of stretching leather and breaking bone, you know only one reality. You are a fisher of Dolton, the child of Zog, and by his gift, do you get to savor the meat, and hunger drives you for eternity. And you will be the enemy rolling against the rest of your teammates.
Oh boy.
So we're going to start off with Sam. Sam, you have the highest initiative. You're going to go first. The entire town proceeds to scream this unholy wail, their hands becoming claws, their mouths becoming these massive jungle of teeth. And you're woefully outnumbered, by the way. It's what, the 3 or 4 of you versus a town. What do you do?
So I would have been looking for cover. Am I hidden?
Unfortunately, you can give me a stealth check as one of your 3 actions. However, it's a very wide open city. The giant hole the children are playing with actually has a pit fire or a bonfire in the pit now lit, and everything, despite having the awful, bending, terrible infrastructure, pretty wide open.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. That is a 19.
Okay. A stealth check of 19, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Ian, as you're looking into this crowd of people you once called friend that you will now call meal, food, dinner, meat, the one that you knew before that you had some sort of interaction with, she seems to have faded along the edge of one of the houses in town. You can't quite see her. Sam, what's the rest of your turn?
It's a stretch, but I would like to so I have lore for the boneyard. So the plane of the dead, the psychopomps, and I'm just gonna like search my experience of having died to see if there's any insight I can gain into this situation, any weaknesses to this whole charade that's happening here.
Charade.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a religion check. I'm pretty sure that's where you're going with that.
Yeah, well, so I have the boneyard lore skill.
Oh, okay, cool. Roll me boneyard skill. Boneyard skill lore skill. Roll that and I'll let you know.
Ooh, okay. That's a 24.
24. Oof. You have heard of the name of every psychopomp, god of the dead, their valets, their cousins. You loosely know of murderers and nightmares. You can honestly say that in your time in the in-between, in the soul well, in the realm of the dead, no one has ever mentioned the name Zog. And if there was ever a time where the Lords of Bones talked about this, the idea that there could be a god beyond the Astrogenicon, the devils, the demons, and those outside the Astrogenicon, they immediately quieted themselves. This is a secret that they keep in fear, or a secret that they keep in anguish. You know nothing about this.
Okay. Cool. All right. Last thing I'm gonna do.
Yep.
As stealthily as possible, I want to try to perceive if the mayor is in this crowd. I'm looking for the mayor.
Give me a perception check.
Come on, dice.
Can I aid? Because I'd probably be looking for the same.
Unfortunately, you're in combat, so I believe you would only be able to give aid on your turn, which would probably be after this. So if she wants to withhold action on this, I will allow it, but right now, unfortunately, no.
I got a 21.
I mean, that alone is pretty good enough. Yeah, you're looking into the crowd from your little hidey space. Sure enough, one of the people of the city of Doltonshire, with their mouths distended, the skin of their flesh stretched to the legs of which an old beaten shoe might resemble. You see Helena Dolton IV roaring and in the crowd screaming for meat.
All right, I'm gonna stay hidden then.
All right, that'll be your turn. That's three checks, or three checks. That's 3 turns. You are done. Ryan, you see the town go absolutely aggro. What do you do?
All right, I go for the closest creature, and I try to hit with a intimidating strike.
Ooh, okay. Roll to hit.
Okay. Let's see. Roll to hit. 15.
That will miss Ian and his horde.
Okay.
You still have a few actions left, I believe, 1 or 2, depending on how much intimidating strike does.
I believe that's 2. So I will try to so I will try to hit with a another hit that is not intimidating, just regular strike.
Awesome. That'll be at -5.
-5. Okay. Oh, okay. That is a 18.
All right, roll damage.
Okay. And, let me see. What's the additional damage for a bastard sword?
So I believe it's 1d8 plus your strength modifier.
Oh, plus my strength modifier. Got it. Okay. That would be. Oh, so a total of 5 points.
Okay. Ian, one of your people has been damaged by 5 points. You know that they are not even halfly damaged yet. Pretty hardy folk. Kylie, your turn. Kylie, what are you going to do?
How fast are they coming at me?
They seem poised and ready. It looks like a town of almost 30 people are in halfway of a sprinter's lunge, ready to race at you.
All right. I'm going to aim at one of them, the closest one, and throw one of the tridents and hang on to the other.
Okay, roll to hit with a thrown weapon.
I'm going to use that hero's point
Yep.
and change dice. That's not any better. That is a 6 to hit.
A 6 to hit. Ian, one of the people in your hive, you can see this trident being thrown by your friend, the half-orc, and suddenly it just woof, goes wide to your left. No one in your hive is damaged. Kylie, I think you still have 1 or 2 actions left. You did 1 to throw a weapon. What are you going to do?
I am going to hold Dragon Stance until they're much closer to me.
All right, holding Dragon Stance, 1 action to activate, 1 to hold. That will be the end of your turn. Okay. So, Ian, you are now commanding the hive mentality of 30 hungering people. You have your friends in front of you. You have, shall I say, food in front of you. Food that has tried to kill you. Every instinct tells you to run at them. You have 2 actions per round. 1 action will be reserved for me. What are you doing with your horde of 30 people?
Well, I'm not close enough to attack them as of yet.
No, not
Correct.
yet. Not
Okay.
yet, no.
Then whatever amount of people I would be moving at once, I will move that amount towards them.
Everyone suddenly sees in some horrific unison as 30 hungering, starved mutants stomp in 1 foot over to you. You are surrounding them. What do you do, Ian?
How much leeway do I have with these guys?
I have 1 action that I will take on each of their turns. You can attack, you can run, but of course,
Okay.
you must feed.
Okay. I guess the first one I would assume would actually be Argo due to the fact that Argo ran up to intimidate, correct?
That's correct.
I will attack Argo.
All right, roll to hit. You get a plus. You know what? Give me the die face. I'll do the rest.
Ugh, I got a 19.
Ooh.
Okay. Ian, hands or mouth?
I'm gonna reach out.
Now, if I remember correctly, Ryan, Argo has 19 AC, correct?
Yep.
Nice.
This is a critical hit. You take 14 damage as his hand reaches out and grabs you, piercing your collarbone and wresting it from your shoulder, clear and easy. Right, Ian, your character that has this dog has one more action left before I take over. What are you doing on this turn?
I'm gonna take the last action. I have to.
Mhm.
It's theater. I have with Argo in this creature's hands. You're kind of looking at this as a hive mind, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Looks to Argo and looks directly at them. Says, "You have the will to feed, but won't be one of the feed," and ends its turn.
Okay. With that, this insatiable hunger turns into this capitulating rage, and it bubbles in all of the stomachs of the horde, and they scream. I need everyone within 10 feet of the horde, which would basically be everyone but Michael, because you're still hiding in the carriage place. I need you all to make a willpower DC 20 save.
Would I be
Oh,
farther than
wow.
10 feet? Because I ran to hide.
1 second, I have to make a DM roll. Odds yes, evens no. Evens, no. You're still within the 10-foot emanation of the scream with the 30 people horde. So that means you too, Sam. I need all of you to make a willpower save. Give me that sweet, sweet number.
13.
7.
So Argo had a what?
13.
13. Kylie, what was your willpower?
7.
7. Sam, what was yours?
25.
25. So, they release their ability, the cry for meat. DC 20. The only one who succeeded, I believe, was Sam with a 24.
25. But yeah.
25, thank
or was
you.
it? Yeah, it was.
This horrendous sound echoes into your stomach, almost reverberating into your empty guts to almost remind you how hungry you are. And in this moment, your discipline gives way, and you do not cave in to the hunger. Ryan and Kylie, as this echo fills your stomach, your eyes dilate. Your senses become hyper aware. You can hear blood rushing all around you. You can start to smell the beautiful sweetness of flesh as it exists not just on your bones, but in your cowardly friend behind you, hiding. You can smell the blood on the rusted horseshoe as it rests on the pike. And in this moment, as you clutch your throat, as the sharp knife of hunger drives its way through your gut and through your throat, it rests its cold, unforgiving knife edge into your brain. And as your eyes dilate, they dilate further and further, becoming inky blackness, able to see through the darkest lies, the deepest oceans. Your jaw suddenly starts to stretch and a tightness starts to build in your eardrums, like you're drowning underwater, until finally You're going to hear the bone start to crack and break in your jawbone. You can feel your fingers on fire as your bones grow beyond your skin. And in this moment, there is only hunger. In the sweet voice, the sweet father of the meat. And everywhere is food for the taking. Ryan and Kylie, welcome to the children of Zog. You will crave for the flesh of your friends. You will join Ian's hunt, and you will die before you starve ever again.
Meat! 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 Meat!
Ryan and Kylie, until the end of this episode, every action you must take as your character will be to track down, hunt, and kill Sam and Michael. And with that, Michael, you leave seeing the horrendous crime scene where the carriage was. You see Kylie's character growing, breaking, and being rebuilt. You see the pug growing in these massive, distorted mutilations of a dog, and they start to stand. Where once a collarbone, broken compound fracture through the flesh, they now stand with their assaulters, ready their maws, bring out their claws, and they are hungry. Michael, what do you do?
Really quick, can you give me a description of the area? Like, I want to know if it open fires, maybe loosely tied down logs, oil, water.
People have been working all day to create a facade of a Blessings Day. Everything is tightly wrapped and sharply made. The only open flame is the open pit behind the horde of the hungry. And the only other thing you see is the narrow and terribly small road leading north to central Maine.
Is there anything, I don't know, something that would explode or anything near that fire?
Nope.
Okay. Is Sam within eye line of me?
Make a perception check.
Before.
24. You see her hiding along the side of one of the bowing and bowing and bending city or buildings in this town. Like a hungry, starving child, its spine of its curved arch, and she is hiding behind that, kind of catty-cornering herself behind these horrible, narrowing roads going north. So you see her as she witnesses members of the Compass Rose falling prey to the curse of hunger.
Okay. I'm going to. Actually, how many actions is this? Because I'm wondering if I could cast message. Okay. I'm going to cast message to Sam. Basically, I could talk to her with my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And in my best Gandalf impression, run, you fool, run! And then with my last actions, I'm just gonna run off the other way. Like, I'm GTFOing.
So you're running up the city north?
Yeah, I'm running as far away from this cluster F as possible. I'm taking turns. I'm trying to duck through, trying to lose and try to hide, just like in a.
Yeah, gotcha. I'm right there with you. Sam, top of round 2, your action. You get the message from your friend saying, run, you fool, run. and then you can hear the sounds of footsteps slapping and pounding on unforgiving, cruel stone as your friend, the only one you can probably trust at this point, fleeing north up to City Main. What do you do?
Does your message spell have like a response built in or no?
See,
Basically, you have to make eye contact to return the
okay.
mental
Yeah.
message.
yeah.
I'm assuming that's not going to happen.
Not
Okay.
now. Unless she saw him and before he GTFO'd.
So right now I'm within 10 feet of the horde. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stealth to another hidden location with my full movement. So at 25 feet away to find a hiding spot. I don't know if that's one action or two.
Stealthing would be one action. Moving would be another action. However, I believe that movement may be halved unless you have any other abilities to increase your movement while stealthing. So in theory, you could move, what's half of 25? Let's just say it's 15. You could move 30 feet with 2 actions.
Okay, I'm gonna start by moving the 15 I'm gonna start with one action. We'll see how that goes.
Roll stealth.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. I don't know what this does, but I don't know if you can see it.
That's a critical one.
I mean, I do have a +9.
You do have a hero point. You do have a hero point.
You have your 1 hero point for every game. If you want to cash that sucker in now, might as well.
Yes. So what does that give me? I've got a 9. So the hero point. Will be
you just
like
roll
11.
again. You can just roll again and take the
Oh.
higher of the 2.
All right. Yeah, let's do that.
You literally can't go down.
You're right.
You can only do the same.
All right. We've got. Let's see. I have my calculator here because I don't do math unless it's linear algebra.
That's more than I can do. Wait. No, maybe? I don't know. I failed math. What the hell am I talking about?
It's a 23.
A lot better. A lot better.
A lot better. A lot better. Okay, so Sam, so you start breaking for that first 15. Kylie, Ryan, Ian, you can hear movement of multiple groups of feet slapping against the stones of your city. As you dart your eyes around, you can't tell their origin, although you can see one of your friends has a strong lead way up the town, and you know deep in your mind that if the meat gets to City Main, they will no longer be in your hunting grounds. If they make it to City Main, you lose that meat, and then you will be cursed to starve and live forever. You have to get that meat. Sam, so you move 15 feet, you have 1 more action. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to get a shot off at the mayor with my short bow. It's 60-foot range.
That'll hit. Roll to hit.
All right. Let's see. That is a 24 to hit.
24 to hit. That'll hit.
All right. And we got sneak attack. Do I get sneak attack for rogue?
Absolutely. They couldn't see you. They could just all hear Michael running up.
Okay, so that's an extra d6. So I've got 2d6 going here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, plus my it's the dex modifier, right?
It's a crossbow. I'll give you
Short,
dex.
short bow.
Short bow. Oh, short bow. Strength modifier.
Oh, strength modifier. Ooh, okay, that ain't nothing. All right. All right, that is 9.
Ian, Kylie, Ryan, one of your horde has been injured. You see the one of the many. You see an arrow strike her. The mother of the horde is injured. She breaks the arrow off at the wound, throws the shaft away. But the mother of your horde has been injured. And the meat has done it. This cannot stand. Ryan, The meat is there. You can see it from the arrow strike, and you can see the retreat up north. What do you do?
I do have one more action, just so you know.
Oh wait, you stealth.
I only
You moved.
stealthed. Oh, the stealth was okay. I was gonna break it up into 2 movements. I didn't realize it was. So can I just retcon that I stealthed the full movement of 25 feet? Because that would have been 3 actions.
You stealth before you move. So stealth, move, attack. 3.
Okay. So then I would be 25 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Sorry. Continue.
So sorry, Ryan. What do you do?
I move into the direction of where the horde needs to go.
All right. So you can move 30 feet up the hill with 1 action. You can still do 2. You can do 2 actions. I get the last one. You can still do 2 movements or a move and attack.
Is there any meat to attack?
Is there any meat to attack? Give me a perception check as one of your actions. You might be able to see the very elusive meat hiding. You can for sure see the meat running way up the hill.
Get him.
Okay. That would be a 15.
15. You don't see the undead rogue, but you can see like a carrot on a stick as the other meat runs up the road. And if it gets to the city main, your meat is gone. Now, with your one last action, Ryan, I will force you to make Sam make another wisdom save. I'm sorry, willpower save. Willpower save.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. 4.
One of us. One
One
of
of
us.
us. One
One
of
Real
us.
quick,
Yeah?
just in case it makes a difference, I
sure.
do have a background feat of Die Hard, which says that I die at dying condition 5 and not dying condition 4, whatever that means.
Absolutely.
No.
It's an awesome tank feat. However, in this case, this is a curse effect. You are not dead. You just flip to the horde.
I had a
You,
feeling it was gonna work out.
Sam, you feel that horrendous scream echoing in your guts, but to your credit, you're still hanging in there. But God, you can feel your saliva dripping off your teeth and rolling down the back of your throat. You are starting to get ravenous.
You listen to me, GTFO.
Kylie, you have 2 actions. The third one's for me. What are you doing, Kylie?
How far is Laszlo away from me?
Laszlo is probably about, I'll say, 60 feet away.
We're gonna try to hit him.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes. Hit the meat with your weapon. Drag the carcass home to feast.
It's just like shish kebabs, you know? It's just
That's mean.
At 60 feet, though, doesn't she take a penalty?
She does indeed. I will give her the maximum penalty of, I believe, you're throwing 10, so it'd be a minus 10 to hit, unless you use one move action to run closer to him.
nah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll move closer.
Mm-hmm.
I take like a running start as like my moving closer.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. Well, that is a 23 to hit.
Michael, does a 23 hit you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Roll
So
damage
sorry.
to the trident and then add your strength to it.
That is a D8. Cool. That's 10 damage.
Really fast. Michael, what's your armor class?
15.
Ah, 2 away from a critical hit. Okay, so you take 10 damage as you're. Oh yes.
I also want to point out, actually, I take half because I split my health with Nanny.
I mean, you both.
That's the one. That's the one thing about summoners.
True, but the thing is, you take the damage, and so does Nanny. But you share the same HP, so really, you both you take a
Alright.
flat 10.
All right.
So as you're running, you suddenly hear this as this trident is thrown wild. You can see it cresting in this beautiful arc, and as you're turning over your shoulder, you have this panic of that is going to certainly hit me. Suddenly, you hear a lullaby as his voice says, I had to bury and keep you dead. And Nanny gets in your way, and the trident embeds in your Nanny's chest. And as it pierces her chest, you can almost feel this remorseful pain stabbing you in your own heart. And she pulls the trident out and drops it unfazed, but you have definitely felt a stabbing wound to your heart.
Okay.
Kylie, you took one of the guys. Kylie, you have moved and you have attacked, correct?
Yes.
Sam, give me another willpower save.
Ah. Okay, here we go. Ah. Oh, that is a. I can't even add simple numbers. 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. The hunger's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse as the drooling and saliva starts to just pile on the back of your throat, and your tongue is just licking your teeth in vain for the marrow that could sedate your starvation. But you're still with your wits about you. You are on the razor's edge of succumbing to the curse and the gift of Zog, the father of the meat. Now, Kylie, your turn is done. Ian, your horde is on the trail. They're screaming the cry for hunger. You see the one left running up the hill, but you know the other one is close by. What do you do, O horde of the hungry?
I'm gonna sniff out the hiding one.
Give me a perception check to find the cowardice meat that hides from your mouth.
Let's see. A 12.
12. That does not break your stealth, Sam. You still cannot smell her, but you know she's close. Your nose probes the air like so much blood. There's so much food. Where is she? You have one more action before I take over. What do you do?
I think I'm going to get a group of the horde to move towards the location of our friend with a trident now stuck in them. Unfortunately.
I will use my turn to double move that. Michael. As Nanny pulls the trident from her chest, as you feel the horrible pain in yours, you see a stampede of the town start to fill this narrow, very narrow street coming up to you. You are 10 feet away from the horde of the hungry, and they are closing in on you like bulls in Pamplona.
I'm going to basically use two of my. Yeah. 1 second. Okay. I have 4 actions because of ability that me and my Eidolon has together.
Yeah.
So one of them would be. I was wondering. I'm just gonna. Can I keep running? Use like 2 actions to just sprint away, like double speed or whatever, and then take a stealth.
If you're using the ability to share action, do you want the nanny to fight or do you want the nanny to stay?
To GTFO with me.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Then
we're
I
all
will
PvP.
allow 3 actions then for for both of you to run, but you will not be able to stealth.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use my last 4th action to still just honestly just run as far. I'm basically using all my actions to just run as far as I can.
Okay. Really fast. Give me an athletics check as you are huffing it with all your might. I see a natural 20.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get out of there.
You start booking it. You can almost feel the ghost of this dearly departed nanny hugging you and spiriting you faster as you start running. The dead and the damned are now on your side as the aberrant and the hungry chase your heels, and you start booking it. As you start running up these stones, your feet are slamming and slapping into these crude, unforgiving stones. Your spine is starting to hurt from the vibrations from your feet. Your knees are echoing in the pain. And just within eyesight on this horizon is this glowing light, this salvation. City Main is just up ahead. If you can get to City, you're safe. Now, the chase is on, and the chase is on strong. Sam, you're seeing the stampede chasing your friends, and now the name of the game is hunt or be hunted. What do you do?
How far away is the horde from where I am?
They are literally, if you're hiding against the side of the building, right in that little awkward crevice, they're in front of you. They're 5 feet away from you and just oblivious. They have blinders on as they're chasing the fresh meat they can see.
How far away would you say the horde extends, like past me towards him?
Since there's about 30 people and they are very closely knit, I would say, from your point, if we're to say you're about halfway, and Michael's probably at this point over 120 feet away from you, they extend about 60-foot diameter, so 30 feet one direction, 30 feet back.
Okay, so theoretically, if I were to pop out and try to get a shot off, could I do it stealthily, or is it not possible?
The minute the arrow hits the target, your stealth will be broken. But you can do the stealth before the arrow is lands, basically.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna try to... How am I gonna do this? I'm going to try to take my full movement, kind of like with the crowd and stealth, if that makes sense. Is that possible?
Yeah, so what I'm going to want for you is a deception check and a stealth check. You are sneaking in and you are lying in the stampede.
Okay. It's going to be my deception.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that is a 13.
Okay.
And the stealth is going to be a 14.
Okay. So you have snuck into the momentum of the crowd. As the stampede is running up this very narrow path, you have a hard time keeping in rhythm to their hive-like hunger. You have 1 action left while you're running. Do you want to use it to move, or do you want to use it to stop and fire?
Good do I feel about how stealthily I've done this action.
I'll say this. The minute anyone focuses on you, you have a feeling your goose is cooked.
I'm gonna shoot the mayor. Gonna do
Okay.
it.
All right, roll to hit the mayor.
Ah. Not even looking at the dice yet till I get my calculator up. All right. That is an 18.
Ooh.
That will just hit.
Okay,
Nice.
does this get sneak attack?
Sneak attack, yes.
That is a wait. That is a 9.
Ian, you can feel this unusual twinkle, spark, prick in the back of your head. As you turn, you can see the mother of the horde is hurt again. An arrow shaft now stands out of her right shoulder. She, with a quick gesture, breaks the arrowhead loose and the shaft drops, but blood follows after. Mortal blood. Wounds that trickle off her body and start to flood into the stones of your city street. And with that arrow, you can smell again. You can smell. There is meat in your horde. That being said, Ryan, as you stampede with the hungry, as you trample with the starving, the sound of an arrow twang belies and betrays your friend, your once friend, your now meal. Hidden in your horde, what do?
I continue to move in the direction. I guess I would need a perception check to make sure that I'm not going the wrong direction.
If you want to make a perception check to get a beeline for Sam's character, I will allow that as your action.
Yes.
All right, make a perception check.
All right. That would be a 19.
You see her. You see her dead as can be. Hands still dismount the string, bow still taut in her hand. You have spied the meat. What do? You have one more action left before I take over.
I move in the direction of where she is and scream, "Mate!"
Move action to her. I will then attack on your behalf as you try to swallow whole. Sam, what's your armor class?
17. I do have a rogue dodge action that would put it up to 19.
Sam, suddenly the pug is set upon you, your dog friend and companion. Their jaw rises larger and larger until their dog maw becomes bigger than your whole body. Bigger than any dog you've ever seen. And as you make a quick, deft step out the side, you realize it's too much. The mouth, like the hunger, is never ending, and suddenly the jaws slam onto your shoulders. You are now grappled. If you cannot break out with one action on your turn, you are dead. They critically succeeded the swallow whole attack. So I'm giving you one action only. If you slip up once on your next turn, you're dog chow. Ryan, you are now fighting the meat as it is wriggling and struggling to get out of your maw. Kylie, you feel a sense of joy as one of your own has found food. Now the only food left is that coward you have marked with your trident. Like the words of your false father once echoed into your soul and skull. If he dies, he dies. What do you do, Kylie?
She is still running after him, so still hasn't stopped running from her running start.
Mm-hmm.
Picks up her trident on the way.
Okay.
And just tries to get as close as possible.
Okay, so I will say I'm attacking. I'm attacking for you. That's move. Pick up, technically in this case, is a free action on the run. Move again. Michael, what's your AC?
15.
Oh no.
It's a critical hit.
Oh.
I will roll for you. Unless Kylie, Kylie, you roll a critical hit for me, please. Double the d8s and double the strength modifier.
I don't want to. Yay.
I thought I was safe.
It's not that great. You said double strength?
Double the d8s and double the strength modifier.
That's 12. I'm sorry, Michael.
Michael, you take 12 damage. No matter how you try to cut that up, it's still going to be spread between you and the creature, or your Eidolon, which means it will still go back to your base HP. I believe that means you've taken a total of 22 HP.
Yeah.
How you looking?
I'm still alive.
Hoorah. So you start running like a hungry monster possessed, and you take that javelin and the trident, and you stab clean and true into this man running away. In a crazy burst of speed and strength, you plunge it into him. Michael, how much HP do you have left? Let the people at home know.
Let's see. Wait. Believe. I'm gonna do math again. 22. Yes. Okay. How much? I took 12 damage, right?
12 damage on that hit. Yes.
Okay. That was 22. So I believe I'm at 10. Wait.
You were taking a total of 22 damage.
Yeah.
So what's your maximum minus 22?
Eight.
All right. 8 more HP. And just a few more feet stand between Michael, victory, or death. Ian, perfect timing. It is your turn, Ian. One of yours has not only snagged their meaty prize, but the other one has tagged their prey, and they are mortally wounded. What do you do for the horde? Ian, what do you do?
I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna go after the mortally wounded. I'm gonna take the bite.
All right,
Yeah,
so you're gonna chase
I'm gonna
down
take the
Michael.
bite. Yeah,
All right.
I think so. Go
So-
for the sure factor.
What I will say is that if you want to command your horde to move once, I will use my action to move them twice. That will put you in attack range. If you want to roll to attack, I will allow that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. I'm sorry, Michael. It's not me anymore. It's the same thing I tell everybody if there's a zombie apocalypse. Right here.
Okay. Roll the d20. Roll the d20 and I'll tell you. Give me the die face alone.
I got a 12.
Michael, what's your armor class?
15.
A 22 hits. But not critically.
I
Very
do have a
close.
reaction actually.
What's your reaction?
Ooh.
Let's see, what is it? It's called Eidolon something or other. Dutiful strike, because I have my Eidolon's a phantom.
Yes.
So actually, well, let's see, where is it?
While he's looking that up, roll damage really fast. Give me a let's see, first of all, mouth or hands, Ian?
think I'm still gonna grab hands.
Give me a 1d4.
This foe is 15 feet away from me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going for the hug with a +3.
So d4, you rolled a 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Michael, as the claws sink into your flesh, you take 7 damage. If my math serves me correctly, you are standing triumphantly in the face of madness with 1 hit point left. What's your reaction do? Attack him again? Attack him?
Dutiful Strike is basically a foe within 15 feet of me hits you with a strike and deals damage to me, which this has happened.
Yep.
My Eidolon is also adjacent to me. So my Eidolon instinctively flashes with ectoplasmic energy, allowing them to attack the foe who dares harm me.
Roll to hit.
All right. What's the ability modifier for 16 to hit?
16 would be +3, so that would be whatever it is +3. And train, so 4 plus 3 should be +7. Oh, awesome. 320. Ian, you choose the mother of the horde or the injured face of the horde. Who is taking that damage?
Let's do the mother.
Roll damage, Michael.
Actually, I have to find my 1d8 because I haven't used that dice in a long time. Yeah, I think this one is this one. So 12.
Michael, your dutiful servant strikes out at your enemy, protecting you with wrath. Tell me the tale of how it kills the mother of the horde.
Okay. As Lazo was injured, Nanny just quickly, her body doesn't even turn. It's actually the candle itself just does the exorcist head turn and just launches itself up in the air. Its feet, as I said before, was pointy. They're literally like pointed feet spikes as it pierces right perfectly in the center top of his head, and as the nanny's entire body weight goes down, it literally just splits the body in two. A shower of gore and bloody bits.
That's nice.
And she kind of like just ends it with kind of a pure that ballet, what's it called?
Pirouette?
Yeah, pirouette. Yeah.
Okay, so Ian, suddenly the mother of the horde splits in half, and you can almost feel the cleft in your own skull, the pain splitting and searing, as Helena Dolton the Fourth now lies bifurcated and dead. But the hunger knows no end. The hunt will continue, and you will mourn your queen tomorrow. Michael, victory relies on one thing: your 1 HP or your 1 athletics check. This is everything. Give me an athletics check. If you don't beat the DC, your footing will fail you, and you will fall to the horde, who will surely, without question or doubt, devour you with the 1 HP you have left. And this is it. The athletics proves everything. Your ability to run, your ability to escape, your ability to survive. Give me your athletics check.
decent. I got a 13, but can I use my hero point? I don't trust it.
Last one you got, might as well use it.
And it's a. Do I add my strength to it? Or no?
Or your athletics check. So if you're training athletics, you just add that. Or if not, strength is fine.
Okay. Doesn't matter with strength. I got 0 on strength anyway. So 18.
Okay. Sam,
Hey.
you are now in the mouth of a very angry, hungry, bad dog. You have one chance to break free. I need you to make an athletics check. While you're doing that, Ryan, what is your bonus to your fortitude save? Plus what?
You see, bonus to fortitude. So that's my ranks plus my level plus my modifier.
Yep, so it's Constitution modifier plus your level plus your expert rank in fortitude.
Plus 7.
Total plus 7, which means, Sam, what's your athletics check?
That was a 9.
For the fortitude bonus of plus 7, that means the DC to overpower this grapple check was a DC 17. A 9 fails. As you struggle against the ever-closing maw of the beast dog, Argo, tell me the tale of how you claimed your meat.
So as he savors the taste of fresh flesh in his mouth, feeling it whirl around his tongue, he slowly closes his mangled jaw, doubling over himself to just savor the sweet taste of fresh blood and skin and sinews, and until it hears it crackle and crackle, and he licks the last juices in his mouth, and he goes, "Oh!"
Bad dog.
As Argo howls and cries into the uncaring gray sky of Doltonshire, somewhere on the other end of a northbound hill runs a man possessed by a ghost of the past, and a very, very powerful need to see the future. As you're running, Michael, that athletics checks was an 18, correct?
Yep.
Your legs pound and shake, your knees buzz and ache, and as your feet slap against the heavy stone hilly road, your lungs begin to give out and your body goes numb. Numb except for the shaking as your heart pounds in vain to keep your blood pumping fast enough, pumping beyond mortal demise. You are no longer a human, you're no longer a person, you are an instinct, you are fear, you are an animal that has to live. And as you start to run and run until your hands begin to blister and your feet begin to vanish, you suddenly feel calm. You proceed to run. And as you do, the wailing, screaming agony of your friends, of the horde, of Zog himself, languish in lamentation. Michael, you are the only survivor of episode 1 of Nightmare of Doltonshire with 1 HP.
Oh,
Jeez.
oh
Honestly,
man.
I thought I was gone. I was like, yeah, I found him.
Hey, dollars and donuts. I was sure Kylie got your ass. I was like, she's got you. She's got you.
You are so lucky. I did my math wrong. You should have gotten 15.
Oh,
Instead of 12. I am so bitter right now.
too late now.
Curse
Too late
you,
now.
math.
Ah,
That's why I hate math.
all right. Well, thank you. Oh my God. And what perfect timing.
Yay for not able to do math.
Thank you so
My
much.
blood sugar is my blood pressure is so high.
No, like honestly, I thought I was like, okay, I kind of know what character I want to make next. So I have to start thinking about it.
Oh my God. Huge thank you guys. Today was the first episode of Edge of Legend Nightmare of Doltonshire. This episode was titled The Pledge. Stay tuned next week, and we're gonna do all of our goodbyes, but I think everyone just needs a beer in a moment to just dump all this adrenaline. So if you like that episode, please stay tuned for episode 2, where I think almost everyone here is gonna have a new character. I should state that everyone who joined the Horde, clearly, you're not coming back. Sorry. I think it goes without saying.
Yeah.
Can we come back as the Horde?
No.
No, you're coming back as Felix, Ian. Come on, you know this.
I mean, look, I've said it, and I'll say it again. I will have an all-avatar demigod run where you can play Felix Chance and someone else can play some of the other many demigods. But first things first, let's get to that point. So that was episode 1, centered around Zog, the father of meat, from our cosmic horror deity pantheon. Episode 1, The Pledge. Turn in next week for episode 2 for The Turn. And we'll see what the hell happens next. I think we all need to have like a break.
So will I still be playing Laszlo?
You will be.
Oh.
Michael, you are also the only person in the running for a bottle of whiskey.
Yes, I made sure that anyone who won or survived, not only did their character become a canonical NPC in the world of Edge of Legend to be shown throughout our world, but that player, as a gift from me for surviving, gets a bottle of whiskey. We can talk about that afterwards. And hell, just for playing, I'll give you guys a shot when quarantine's over, because I think you'll need it.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's do our exit intros. Raise your hand. Who has the energy to even go?
Since I died last,
Sam.
maybe I'll start. We'll go in order of death, like backwards.
Backwards.
I like
Okay.
it.
Oh, which
I like
means
it.
that Mike should go first because he's alive.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
That's true. Survivor gets to start us all off. Survivor, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
All right. I'm Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the social medias on my let's see, that's Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter, all at Mr. Kapow. That's MrKapao. And I got my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, such as my new YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure, and I'm on a show on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Toyzilla Network called Toyzilla Live, where I talk about toys and nostalgia stuff.
Very, very nice. Kylie, please tell us who you are, where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
I thought we were going in order of death.
I cut the line because I'm the GM when I say so.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't jumping anyone. I know how it feels to be skipped.
You're lucky you're a friend of mine, and I like you.
Hey everyone, I'm Kylie. I played Tolima this wonderful episode, and you will probably never see her again. You can find
Sorry.
You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life. I think it's on this side. On Instagram, TikTok, on Twitter, it's a little different. It's Kai Wonderful Life, only one L instead of two. I am going to Evermore tomorrow, which is in Pleasant Grove, Utah. It's a nice 9-hour drive. It's a little kind of adventure park out in kind of the middle of nowhere. And yeah, I'll be there all weekend. So if you're around Pleasant Grove, Utah, come check it out with me.
Nice. So again, I'm breaking line formation here. Sam, tell us who you are, where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello. You can find me everywhere at Hey Sam Sterling. Mostly active on TikTok these days, making dumb jokes. Or you can check out my Instagram where I've just posted some costumes and LARP stuff. Other than that, I may be dead, but at least I'm not dead inside.
Yeah, very, very true. Ian, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Much like Zico's life, I'll keep this short. My name's Ian, and you can see me at Scoutmaster of the Troop. I'm laughing too hard at my own joke, damn it.
Sorry.
If you guys want to check out anything else I do, you can check me out and my wonderful girlfriend's work at witchandheathen.com. We make candles, and we are making candles specifically for October right now for that spoopy holiday season.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely knock it out of the park, you guys. Go check out Witch and Heathen. They have amazing stuff. And before I do my exit introduction, I definitely want to give the last spot before me to our amazing guest, Ryan. Ryan, who's piloted the wonderful pug who got the last kill of the game. Ryan, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, my name is Rhino Megan, and when I'm not playing Muscle Pug, I have my own channel, which is Life Action Roleplay. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we have our flagship show, Life Action Roleplay, where it's Cynthia Marie, Kai Norman, and I, and with special guest Tessa Thurman. And we're going to be talking about the topic of LARP and roleplay fatigue, which is a real thing. And so it's a matter of what happens when you get it, and what's the science behind it, and tips on how to get out of it. Friday on Life Action Roleplay, 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, is Secret, Community College of Readiness Initiative Training. PJ, who plays Kaelrin Camblade, is one of my players, and it's basically D&D 5e, but takes place in a community college. And right now, they are doing a mission for Durnan of the Yawning Portal, trying to deliver this package to Mert the Moneylender, but they get stopped by an arrow and someone who was a former classmate in high school. And other things I'm involved with, you can see me on the React channel. So if you see the React channel, the one on YouTube by Fine Brothers, I'm actually one of the reactors. So you can see me try not to laugh or do some other things. And I'm also the live stream producer of Indiecade. So that is a convention that starts next week. It's Indiecade anywhere and everywhere. And it's a virtual convention where we feature several independent game creators. And we also do an award show for some of the most innovative gaming, whether it's video games, tabletop, LARPs that we've seen within the past year. And these are small independent producers or designers, rather, and developers that get a world stage. So that is, I do have a lot more, but man, that's already enough. So just digest all that because I do a lot of things.
Yeah. It's always good to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Last but not least, but not nearly as amazing, but doing his damn best is me, your GM. My name is PJ. You can find me everywhere on the internet at pj.megaw. When I am not here, making all my players have panic attacks. I am on this channel on Tuesdays with At the Table with Michael Powell as we sit and discuss some of these amazing books and products that Paizo puts out and some other amazing just tabletop RPG stuff in general. We also try to speak with the chat 101 and build characters and discuss character concepts and just have fun building the mechanics of these amazing characters. And of course, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm here doing this awesome show. And Friday, as Ryan mentioned, I'm at Life Action Roleplay on Twitch. And I'll be playing Kaelrin, the half-elf bard, the silver tongue, and lack of silver in his pocket. And yeah, without further ado, giant shout out to the chat. We got 2 raids. We got, I think, TPK raids and Dice Drama. I'm gonna get this wrong. I know it. Dice and Dice Drinks Drama. I think. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. You guys were outstanding.
Don't forget, we also got one at the top of the hour with Angelise.
Yeah, that's right. Our good friend of the show, Angelise, did raid. So everyone that came by and raided and stuck around, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed this Halloween one-shot. We're going to be doing another one next week with something a little different. Just everyone in the chat, you guys have been amazing. I don't even know who to call out first. I love the Edge heads. I wish we could use that because Edge from WWE uses it. So...
Reach Psyche, I agree. Why do we all play this game when we're all so bad at math?
Yeah.
What calculator for?
I'm also going to see if I can throw this up. I'll talk to you guys later a little bit about this, but I'm going to put up my next character choice for, since Zico was short-lived, on our Discord. So come check it out. I'll figure out what options I can put up for you guys to let me know what I'm playing next.
Absolutely. If you want to help us decide what Ian is playing for next week, go to our Discord, links in the chat. If you need it again, go to our Facebook, our Instagram, any other website that we have. It's Nat20 Productions Official. Find us and let us know for the Discord link. We'll get you set up right away for that.
I think everyone should, in the Discord, guess how long Ian's character is going to live to the next game.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Bets on it.
That's a good one.
Ian, are you going to be the new Kenny of this month?
I think we know we all need to play a drinking game. First of all, Nat20 Productions does not condone or in any way encourage underage drinking. But if you are able to drink, cool. Secondly, if you're not able to drink if Ian dies before we take a break. That's all I'm saying.
I also share the link to our Discord server in our chat.
I just saw that.
Nice.
Also, huge shout out to, I'm gonna probably butcher this, Tinel Faba, for all the amazing cheers. I also love that rainbow flag. That is super awesome. And Rel
Yes,
Tap.
10 Alphaba. That is my sister.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think she's also. I think she just joined the Discord, so I'll be looking forward to talking to you in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Lady Altrail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Rel Tap, I just saw you join the Discord. Don't think I didn't. Thank you so much for joining, and I cannot wait to talk to you more about all these insane shenanigans.
I honestly think like we should start taking like Vegas odds on how long we're gonna survive. Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Uh-huh.
I just want to say, I told Ian when we got back from the break, I feel like you, the chat, should know. So when Ian automatically died, the roll that he failed to live, he failed by 1 point. 1 point dictating that he died. So I won't be this mean when we get back to the normal campaign in November, but I will be this mean in October because I want blood. I'm out for regret and bad choices.
Yeah, seriously though, like somebody who's actually good at math, do those Vegas odds because I want to know who's betting on who.
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
Because I know my odds is going down by surviving.
Yep.
See, I'm good at math. I'm just not. This is my first Pathfinder game ever, so I didn't know how all of these things like worked. But
neither do we, Ryan. So don't even worry.
But you all made it fun, and this was a blast for me, especially PJ working with me on the pug concept.
Yeah,
I leaned hard into it. It was fun.
It was a really good choice. I would love to actually have you maybe not for this, but for like another campaign or another one shot where you can play a pug for much longer than the horrible torture you were put through this evening.
You know, there's no rule that says he isn't part of a litter.
Yeah.
So
we could run into Fargo the pug, Largo the pug,
Fargo,
Embargo.
He likes pants. Cargo likes pants.
I was about to wait to introduce Zico's brother Miko for a while, but
I think I even asked Ian. I was like, "Do you want to play him now, or do you want to stay dead?" He goes, "I'll stay dead." I'm like, "Good, because I have plans for you."
Yeah, great.
Plans for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
A game.
Yeah, and we have 3 more weeks of this nonsense.
Yep.
So please tune in next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, for episode 2 of Nightmare of Doltonshire, aka The Turn, as the surviving player Michael and the other 4 or 5 members of the 16, now 13, 12 surviving members of the Compass Rose are now in the city main of Doltonshire, and we'll see what horrible madness comes for them next week.
At 1 HP.
At 1. So until then, you guys, thank you so much for staying here, and thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you for being legends with us, and I'll see you same nat time, same nat channel next week. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.